Dawg, D-A-W-G, for a same-day appointment. A lot of injuries for the Browns. Scott Fujita out, Chris Gokong out for the year. Good news, though, I thought, about Trent Richardson, Bernie. They are now feeling better that he'll be here September 9th.
You know, being around the facility last week and just seeing him around there and doing certain things, and you heard Tom Heckert in the pregame show go on record talking about feeling comfortable about his progress and looking forward to September 9th and the possibility of having him do some plays in the home opener against these same Philadelphia Eagles.
Boy, what a difference a year makes. Pat Shurmur wraps up his second training camp, but really his first one under normal NFL circumstances without a labor situation and a lockout and what happened last year. But they really had a good camp, I thought, and you could see the improvement in this team. Andy Reid, imagine this. When the Browns came back into the NFL in 1999, the Philadelphia Eagles that same year were looking for a coach, and they hired Andy Reid, and he's been there ever since. And he's done a magnificent job. And Brandon Whedon waits on the sidelines. Imagine that, though, Bernie, in a tough town like Philadelphia. That's what a great job Andy Reid has done.
Well, there's no question Andy Reid's a phenomenal top-tier coach and administrator and evaluator of talent. He does a lot of stuff for the Philadelphia Eagles, and oh, how history could be rewritten for a few decisions made back in 98, 99.
All right, ready to kick it off for the Philadelphia Eagles is Alex Henry, second year out of Nebraska. Adonis Thomas, the rookie running back from Toledo, will catch it over to his right in the end zone, 6 yards deep. Coming out, he's got the 15 and the 20, bumped into his own man, and then finally got knocked down out near the 23-yard line. Give him a 29-yard return on the play, and the Eagles come down there and make the hit on the play. And on the tackle is Hughes, the cornerback for the Eagles, and they now bring Brandon Whedon off the sideline. Last week against Green Bay in that ball game, 12 for 20 for 118 yards, and the Browns start 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. And we'll see how much he plays.
Big moment for Brandon, his first snap in front of the home crowd. See if he takes advantage of it with press coverage outside.
Play action fake to Hardesty, throwing down the far left sideline. Gordon made the catch up over his left shoulder. There's the rookie, Josh Gordon. He makes the catch all the way down to the Eagle 49-yard line. And what a beautiful play of 28 yards.
Well, just like we're talking about, you have one chance to make your first impression, going deep on the first play. Anybody who knows me knows I love that. And Josh Gordon's Brandon Whedon making nice plays in successive weeks.
And into Eagle territory right away. Another first down at the 49-yard line. In the backfield, Hardesty, as the Eagles blow the play up and they drop him for a loss. Back near the 47-yard line on the Browns side. Cullen Jenkins was in there, along with Trent Cole and Derek Landry. They all get in to make the stop.
Yeah, look for Cullen Jenkins to play a little more heated, intense today. Monday night's game at New England, him and Andy Reid got into a little shouting match on the sideline for a potential lack of effort.
Well, the Browns' offensive player to watch, as you see, Josh Gordon with a big catch early. Someone to watch, brought to you by Liberty Ford, Ohio's #1 Ford dealer group. I think the Browns moved and made contact on the left side. Pinkston hit his hand out there, and he hit one of the Eagle defenders. He's saying that they hit him.
Offense.
Now it's on Pinkston.
Penalty. Still first down.
So after the big pass play, they get dumped for a loss on the run by Hardesty, which got blown up. And now they'll take 5 more yards on the false start.
Yeah, rough starts for Jason Pinkston. He got blown up on the running play by Cullen Jenkins. Then a little edgy there, moving before the snap.
Yeah, I don't think the Eagles' defense is in a very good mood. I think that they thought that because they played on Monday night, a lot of them would get the night off. But Andy Reid did not like the way they played in the game against the Patriots. And so that's the first unit, those names and numbers that you're seeing right there. And he's got them out there. So now it is 2nd down and long for the Browns. 2nd down and close to 19 back at their 42-yard line. Hardesty, the lone back in the backfield. Here's Whedon to throw. Up in the pocket. Throws underneath. Caught at the 50-yard line. Alex Smith to the Eagle 40-yard line. Inside the 40-yard line. He's got it up near the 38-yard line, and he may have gotten all 19 of them. In fact, he got 20 and give them a first down.
Nice job by Brandon Whedon, reading his zone defense, coming underneath to the tight end on a crossing route.
Brian Roll, the former Ohio State Buckeye linebacker, is down the field to make the tackle, but the Browns have a first down inside the Eagle 40 near the 38-yard line. Tight ends flip-flop sides. Smith and Jordan Cameron, good to see him back. He did not play against Green Bay.
Wheaton reads the safety up here. Looks like a little check with me here.
Hardesty deep in the backfield. Play clock is down to 1, and so they call a timeout. So they got up there. He read it, as Bernie mentioned, and then he was starting to get the play called, and then he had to call the timeout as he's running out of play clock time. So rather than take a penalty, they instead call the timeout. They'll have 2 left the rest of the way. That was a nice play, though, to Alex Smith. We'll be back to see what the Browns do on their first possession. 13:60 to go in the first quarter. No score. Timeout. They have the ball. First and 10 at the Eagle 38. Now for the Eagles on defensive player to watch is number 58 linebacker Trent Cole. Someone to watch tonight is brought to you by Brunswick Auto Mart, who's excited to announce the addition of Volkswagen to their lineup. So the Browns have had a couple of big plays on pass plays to Gordon and to Alex Smith from Brandon Whedon, but then have had a hiccup or two on a false start on Pinkston and a running play that went for a loss with Hardesty. Hardesty deep in the backfield. They're at Philadelphia's 38-yard line, first down and 10. Good to see Massaquoi back in the lineup. He's in the slot at the top of your screen. Hardesty again slips through after a cut to his left. Inside the 35 to the 32, there's a flag down on the play. It was a 6-yard run by Hardesty. And I'm wondering if Greg Little was either offside, and now they're saying that the Eagles were offside, I think. Our referee tonight is David Scott. So Whedon is pointing that the penalty is against Philadelphia. Let's get the call.
Offside. Defense, number 52, lined up in a neutral zone. That penalty is accepted. Repeat, first down.
So they will not take the 6-yard run by Hardesty. They'll get the down back and take the 5 yards on the penalty on Brian Roll. And the Browns will now be first down at 5, and it will be down inside the 35-yard line at the 33. It was a nice little move there, though, by Hardesty.
Nice patience in the hole there. That's the right play, though, to have 2nd and 4 or 1st and 5. It's better to take the 5-yard penalty, have 3 downs now. Just get 5 yards on the first down.
Greg Little at the top of your screen, Massaquoi at the bottom. They bring him in motion. Hardesty, the running back. They extend the ball, give it to him. He slips through a hole and gets down near the 31-yard line. In between the 32 and 31. In on the tackle once again. Coming in there is Brian Roll, and he's helped out of the play by Adrian Moten, the other linebacker. And the ball is down near the 31-yard line, and it will be 2nd and short.
Hey, you could really hear the intensity. Listen to those pads cracking down there. These guys know they're going to be playing a real game September 9th. They're trying to make a physical statement right here.
2nd down and 3 for Whedon and the Browns. Inside the 32-yard line of Philadelphia. And they go back to Hardesty, and he'll go off the left side, spin, almost lose the ball, but he hangs on this time. He's got a first down just shy of the 25-yard line. They raked that ball out once he got through the hole.
Nice job by Kurt Coleman coming up from his weak safety spot. It's an Ohio State product.
Michael Kendricks was in on the tackle. One of their top draft choices coming out of Cal. That was a nice block by Alex Mack through the middle of that hole. And the Browns have it 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Whedon, play action fake. Steps up. He got hit. Now he sails the ball, and it's caught on the near sideline by Massaquoi. He's got it inside the 15-yard line as he threads the needle with 3 Eagles around that play, and Massaquoi catches it.
Good to see Muhammad Massaquoi back after the hit at Detroit. This is a dangerous throw, but it's beautiful.
12-yard gain. How about Whedon off to a hot start? 3 for 3, Bernie. 60 yards, and it's good to see, as you mentioned, Massaquoi back in the game. So they now have 1st and 10 near the 13-yard line as Whedon calls signals going into the dog pound. Right back to Hardesty. He's to the 10-yard line, and then he gets knocked back. So the Eagles on pile. Kurt Coleman, another former Ohio State Buckeye, up from his safety spot as he's in to help on the tackle. The ball is at the 10-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7.
We're up pretty high here at Cleveland Stadium, and you could hear the pads cracking all the way up here. Once again, a nice hole at the point of attack. Kurt Coleman fills it and blows up Hardesty there, knocking his helmet off.
This is the 8th play, the opening drive of the game. Now Owen Marisik is on the left of Whedon. On the right is Hardesty. 3 receivers set. Second down, throwing far left corner, caught, and it's Massaquoi again. As he gets in inside Nnamdi Asomugha and is inside the 5 near the 4-yard line. They're a yard shy of the first down. Boy, Whedon, dangerous passes, but he's getting it there.
Well, you see the confidence he has. Look at the confidence he has in his arm strength. You don't see the out route too much down here, but we've been throwing a lot of slants, a lot of in-breaking stuff the first 2 weeks. That's definitely good to get on film, and a beautiful throw by him.
Third down and 1, flags come down. The Eagles came charging across, but let's see if it's going to go against the Browns.
It's a legal procedure on us.
Here comes the call. Browns try to get out of the huddle really quickly. Now it's offside on them.
Oh, very fortunate.
Half the distance to the goal. Penalty yardage will result in a first down.
And it's 1st and goal for the Browns. Now down inside the 5-yard line.
Caught a little break there. Our backs are a little bit in motion there, and you saw Brandon having a little bit of trouble with the snap there.
All right, Whedon back in the huddle. Andy Reid not very happy with the way the defense has played on the opening possession here for the Browns. That Eagle defense has been pushed around, and Whedon has connected on some tight passes. 1st and goal. They give it to Hardesty, coming near side wide with a flag down. He buries his shoulder at the 4 and he gets knocked out of bounds. Kendricks is over there, along with Dominique Rogers-Cromartie, but a flag down. Could they have held Bernie?
Yeah, the make-up holding call, it looks like.
Holding offense, number 62.
Ooh, Pinkston's having a tough start, isn't he?
Down.
Second penalty for Jason Pinkston, the Browns left guard. And that will march him back. They were inside the 5-yard line, ready to go in. And now that will put them back out over the 10 to the 12-yard line.
You know, this wide 9 pass rushing front 4 of Philadelphia, very similar defense of philosophy to what we saw actually in the first week
against the Lions, yeah. Second down, or rather first down and goal now after the penalty on Pinkston for holding. And the Browns have it at the Eagle 12-yard line. No score, still opening possession. Whedon on 1st and goal with a blitz coming, and he got stripped. The ball is loose, and Philly is on it at the 30-yard line. They still fight for it, and it's Eagle ball. Disaster for the Browns as Trent Cole comes out of there with the football. Whedon got stripped when he dropped back to throw. Ball came out, and it's recovered by Cole. It was Jenkins that knocked the ball out.
Yeah, actually it wasn't a blitz. It was just, unfortunately, a rush 4, horribly blocked play. Again, coming over where Jason Pinkston vacated.
We'll take a timeout from Browns Stadium. The Browns turn it over, ready to go in for a touchdown. Eagles ball when we come back. Tell us what position you're going to be most interested in watching during the game tonight by sending us a tweet to @officialbrowns and use #Browns to watch. Stay tuned to see if we display your tweet on the screen. That was a wasted drive. 9 plays, 5:22, but Brandon Whedon fumbles his second fumble of the preseason. And the Eagles have the ball at their own 30. Nick Foles, the rookie quarterback from Arizona, with a screen to LaShawn McCoy. 35, out to the 40. He's got a first down out to the 41-yard line. He got 11 on the play as the Browns' Kaluka Mayama comes down the field and makes the tackle along with Billy Wynn.
Nice job of just letting the play develop, letting the defense expand. You see different philosophical approaches. The Browns are playing that skeleton, 2 deep, 5 under, where Philadelphia's playing more safety up, man coverage outside.
Boy, this kid played very well Monday night against the Patriots when Michael Vick got hurt, and he's in the pocket, and he's in trouble. They can't get to him. Rubin's chasing him. Foles unloads deep down the field for Macklin, and Joe Hayden comes up and steals the ball. Hayden's got it at the 15 to the 20. They say he was down by contact back where he got the ball at the 9. Joe Hayden, who got booted out of practice the other day, comes up with a big defensive play. There's pressure, and then there's Rubin coming right at his face.
First action of the year for Telly Rubin. He steps into it, just does not have the arm strength like Brandon Whedon to make a powerful throw like that. He needed a few extra yards there.
All right, big catch by Hayden on the interception. We'll be back. Browns ball when we return. great interception by Joe Hayden, who played the entire year last year without getting an interception. So this had to feel good.
Well, not only personally for Joe Hayden, especially with the stressful week he had getting ejected from practice, but there's been a concerted effort, you can see all through training camp this year with the DBs, of catching the ball, making interceptions. It's been apparent through our first 3 preseason games.
1st and 10, parked inside their 10 at the 9-yard line. Hardesty looking for a hole, not much there, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And it will be 2nd down and 10 as he tried the right side, and the Eagles were there to stuff that down. Philip Hunt was in on the tackle. Former Browns player, he was signed by the Browns to a practice squad, and then he was a Winnipeg Blue Bomber. Now he's playing with the Eagles. He's playing very well.
Didn't know that stint in Winnipeg.
Yes. 2nd and 10. Travis Benjamin is into the Browns offensive huddle right now. The Browns had too many people in the huddle, and tight end Alex Smith noticed that, and so he stepped out and avoided a 5-yard penalty. Eagles have their number 2 defense in there.
Play clock winding down.
Inside 4, and here's Wheaton on 2nd and 10. He's going to load up long and deep. Benjamin's out there. There was a hand check all the way down the field, and the pass is incomplete. Nnamdi Asomugha was on the coverage of the rookie Travis Benjamin, who had a step at first. Now it's 3rd and long with bad field position.
You know, it's nice though, and again, it's preseason. It's nice to be able to get the ball deep down the field. It sends a message to the teams that are going to be watching you, especially Philadelphia on the September 9th. I know we've talked a lot about that, but you're going to send a message to them. We're not afraid to go down the field. That'll open up underneath routes in the regular season opener.
They've got 3rd down and 10. They've got Barisic and Hardesty in the backfield with Wheaton. Drops back by his goal line, fires to the middle, and it's Greg Little, who didn't cut across far enough at the 22-yard line. He was wide open, and they missed connections, and so the Browns are going to be punting with Reggie Hodges coming in. He'll punt out of his own end zone. He is wide open, Bernie.
First snap of 2 deep, 5 under zone. That means the middle of the field tends to be open. I really think Brandon Wheaton would like to have that one back. Take a little more patience, let it develop, and hit Greg Little in that hole there.
Hodges punted very well in Detroit, and even better in Green Bay. That's Damaris Johnson back to return. Hodges sails this one to his right. Johnson's got it. He's out of Tulsa. The Browns come down, and he slips away from 4 of them, and finally L.J. Fort got him down near the 47-yard line, inside Browns territory. It was a 49-yard punt, a 12-yard return, and we're back to Brown Stadium in a moment. 7:51 left to go. First quarter, no score. Through the first quarter, we visit with Dave Chudowski down on the sidelines, brought to you by Chrysler. Take advantage of the great deals at the summer clearance event. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Jim, the future owner of the Browns, pending league approval, Jimmy Haslam, is here. I mean, he is really here. He's in the dog pound, sitting in the dog pound watching part of tonight's game. He said he wanted to get a feel of the stadium and the fans, although I'm not sure how much of the game he's really getting to watch. The fans are all over him. I talked to him before the game. He says he likes the stadium and he hopes a lot of people are here tonight. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Dave. Eagles ball, 1st and 10. Roll out by Nick Foles. He throws. Selleck, the tight end, catches, and T.J. Ward got him down inside the Browns 40 near the 39-yard line. Gain on the play of 8, 2nd and 2.
Jim, how awesome is that, sitting in the dog pound?
See, that would remind me of something you do at Wrigley Field when, Harry Carey used to announce the game from out of the bleachers at Wrigley Field. That's great. 2nd down and 2. Philadelphia with the ball at the 39-yard line.
2nd and 2 in a real game with favorable field position. This is a great opportunity to take a shot.
LaShawn McCoy, the running back, the great back out of Pitt.
Looks like run.
And they are going to run it. A great play by Billy Wynn. He got into the backfield and dragged him down for a loss. Back over the 40, back to the 42.5-yard line. That is getting in there in a hurry.
See, that shows you don't play conservative like that. Got that beautiful field position inside the 40-yard line. 2nd and 2.
Billy Wynn, rookie out of Boise State, really flashing along with John Hughes through the training camp portion and the first 2 preseason games. And of course, with the injury to Scott Paxson, those guys are going to play more. 3rd down now, 3rd and 6. Foles getting pressure, getting late pressure from Jabal Sheard, who got dragged down, and Foles is going to throw the ball into the Browns bench. No flag came out. Sheard got dragged down by Denny Kelly, the rookie right tackle coming in and playing tonight from Purdue as he dragged him down, but still no flag, and it's 4th down. That was good defense.
That was excellent coverage, man coverage, rushing 5 here, but this is where you kind of see the rookie quarterback should definitely stay in the center of the pocket, throw a timing route. He's got a little bit of happy feet going right now.
Chaz Henry is in to punt, and back deep to return the great Cripps. Inside his 10 at the 8-yard line. Still no score, first quarter. Here's Cripps. A late fair catch call, but then he's right on the 10-yard line, and he makes the grab. It's a 33-yard punt. Cripps likes it when he can take it and go. We'll take it and go to commercial and be right back. 6:21 left in the first quarter. Eagles and Browns scoreless. To Brown Stadium. 6:21 left in the first quarter. No score. Saturday Night Baseball tomorrow night on Channel 3 when the Indians take on the New York Yankees. Tomorrow night, first pitch, 7:05. Right here on Channel 3. Right now, down the street at Progressive Field, Yankees 1, Indians nothing. Bottom of the 3rd inning as the Indians try and get out of a 8-game losing streak.
Really nice driving down to the stadium today, seeing all the energy and life in downtown Cleveland with a home baseball game against the Yankees and a Browns home opener.
From their own 11-yard line, bootleg, and Whedon's got to lob it out there, and it's caught. Greg Little's got it over the 10-yard line. They'll give him the 14-yard line, and he gets knocked down there at the 14.
Outstanding defense by the Philadelphia Eagles. Defensive coordinator Juan Castillo moved over from offensive line last year. Actually, the Eagles made incredible progress and improvement throughout the season.
Curtis Marsh made the tackle of Little at the 14-yard line, and it will be 2nd and 7 off a short gain of 3, but it could have been about a 10-yard loss if Graham, the linebacker, had gotten in there for Philadelphia on Whedon. Hardesty. Oh, he runs right into a bunch, and he fumbles the ball again. The Eagles say they've got it at the 14-yard line. Here's Hardesty, who said that he had not fumbled after he fumbled the first play last week against Green Bay. The last time he had fumbled was back in high school. And if he fumbles tonight here and Philadelphia gets it, that's 2 in 2 games. And the Browns offense is walking off. It is Philly ball. Hardesty has got to hold on to that football. Good heavens. So the Eagles jump on it, Bernie.
Like we said, Philadelphia and the Eagles defense vastly improved. Ended up being one of the top defenses in the league last year. Last 4 games of the season last year, second only to Pittsburgh in points allowed at 11.5 points per game.
Darryl Tapp comes out of the pile with the football. And talk about a short field now. The Eagles have it 1st and 10 at the Browns' 15-yard line. And they have their number 1 offense still in there, being run now by Nick Foles with Michael Vick out with bruised ribs. In fact, Vick's only had 12 snaps in the preseason, and that's all he'll have by the time they open up on September 9th here.
It's a nice job by Foles reading the off coverage and is taking the quick out.
And he takes the quick out to Jeremy Maclin, who's belted by Joe Hayden. Out of bounds inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. For the Eagles on offense, someone to watch tonight is brought to you by Brunswick Auto Mart, who's excited to announce the addition of Volkswagen to their lineup. Deshaun Jackson, who had an off year last year, he was in a contract dispute with the Eagles. All of that's been ironed out. And in fact, at one point, his effort in games was questioned last season.
That makes me really struggle when a guy doesn't give complete effort out on the field.
2nd down and 2.
There's Foles again, reading the defense. He sees the safeties. He sees the safety blitz coming.
He's back. He's throwing. Caught. And they catch him right away. Good play. Boy, Joe Hayden's having a quarter, isn't he? Maclin made the catch. They had like a little bubble screen set up out there on the right side, and he busted right through that. For the Browns on defense, someone to watch tonight, brought to you by Liberty Ford, Ohio's number 1 Ford dealer group. Welcome back to Quell Jackson. First game action for him this preseason. He missed the first 2 games. He had a little bit of a sore shoulder, I think.
Yeah, nice to see him back in there. He's been a little chippy, and on that first punt with punt coverage, he knocked his way through and knocked the up back all the way back into the punter.
3rd down. They need 2.5. Foles to throw again. Sets his feet. Pressure coming late. And he's got a man wide open. It's Selleck, the tight end. And he'll go off a tackle and into the end zone for a touchdown. 7-yard touchdown pass. The Eagles take the Hardesty fumble, and they go in and take a 6-0 lead.
This is a tough play to defense. Man coverage here. Selleck is actually staying in the pass block. The guy covering him loses him in the pass protection. He just leaks out late as a check down.
James Michael Johnson got there, but just a hair late. And boy, Selleck was wide open.
And the reason why James Michael Johnson got there is Brent Selleck was blocking him, and he should have been in pass coverage.
Here's Henry for the extra point, and it is good. And the Eagles take a 7-0 lead here late in the first quarter with 4:18 to go. There's the man that caught the touchdown pass. Good tight end, Brent Selleck. A look at the scoring drive is brought to you by Nissan of Middleburg Heights. So the Eagles only took 3 plays after the Hardesty fumble deep in Browns territory. 15 yards, and it took them 1:16. 7-0 Philadelphia. How about this kid? The 88th pick in the draft, Nick Foles, 3rd round, and he has played very, very well to the point where, Bernie, he could be Vic's backup.
Well, they were happy with Mike Kafka, although he has the broken hand right now.
Got a broken hand.
So not sure how long that's going to be. Nick Foles was recruited by my friends from Youngstown, Mike Stoops, who was the Arizona head coach. It's made real. I listened to Bill Polian, the fantastic general manager of Buffalo Bills, Carolina, then the Indianapolis Colts, talking about the vast improvement he's made in the last year or so to get himself ready to be an NFL quarterback. He's actually looked better in the previous couple games against second and third teamers than he has tonight. Again, he's made some nice plays running around buying time, but typically the Andy Reid pass offense is a timing, rhythmic throwing, not just run around and hope to find somebody on a broken play.
Alex Henry, line drive kick, backs up Adonis Thomas, and he'll watch that one go over his orange helmet and bound out of the end zone. Touchback, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, and the Browns will start their next possession there. Tonight's game is being broadcast all across the state of Ohio, so we welcome you watching in Columbus on WBNS, in Youngstown on WYTV, and in Dayton on WHIO, and those of you here in Cleveland watching on WKYC Channel 3, your official station of the Cleveland Browns. All right, what do you want to see here? Let's move the ball a little bit here.
Well, you remember when Hardesty fumbled the first play against the Packers last week? Coach Shermer, I think, wanted to restore his confidence and gave him the ball the very next snap just to get him back in rhythm.
From their own 20, play action fake to Hardesty. Whedon with a ton of time, and he fires over the middle, and he missed Greg Little again. Little and Whedon have not been on the same page so far here tonight.
Actually, pretty good coverage. I think Brandon Whedon was a little indecisive whether to just to run up in the pocket or step up in the pocket. Philadelphia is one of the few teams that runs this coverage. They do an 8-man front, and in pass situations, in pass plays, that safety runs back and runs under the outside receiver for a form of double coverage.
2nd down and 10 from the 20. That was Jaquan Jarrett who was on the coverage there, and I think the Browns moved again.
False start. Offense, number 55.
This one's on Alex Mack, the center.
Still 2nd down.
The offensive line has been hit with a hold and a couple of false starts here early in the game, and the ball goes back to the 15-yard line now, and it becomes 2nd down and 15.
And Coach Shermer talks about the holding stuff happens, but those pre-snap ones, the 2 false starts are the type of penalties that really bother him.
And they'll run. Hardesty, and he runs right in to Brian Roll, and Roll knocks him down at the 15-yard line. He'll lose about a half yard on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and a ton. 3rd and about 15.
Again, the front 7 for Philadelphia really have been extremely stout, aggressive. Here are a lot of collisions in the run game tonight.
And mind you now, this is the Browns' number 1 offensive line that is still in the game, and it's 3rd down and 15 for Brandon Whedon to go up against the number 2 defense right now of the Philadelphia Eagles. Whedon started out hot, but then he fumbled. Now he's got 3rd down and 15, back at his 5-yard line, and he fumbles again, and the Browns are lucky to recover it back at the 15-yard line. Jordan Cameron, the tight end, hops on it. And boy, this is a mess so far early here in the first quarter as Darryl Tapp comes up with his 2nd big play.
Double coverage outside, so you got Brandon looking in the middle of the field. Ball security, something the younger quarterbacks a lot of times in the pocket have real trouble with. pro defensive linemen are so strong, so attuned, they grab him for that ball. Very, very rare do you see Joe Thomas get beat man-to-man like that, give up the sack and the cause fumble.
All right, Reggie Hodges will punt. He'll take the snap from the 1, and it got blocked. It got blocked, and the Eagles recover it at the 3-yard line. Wow, how quickly things can turn around. Curtis Marsh gets the football at the 3, and the Eagles will have it first and goal, and this sounded like a big thud.
Look, I've been talking a lot tonight about how impressive Juan Castillo's front 7 defensive pressure is. They are soundly winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. Just collapse the center of the pocket here. And a protection breakdown. He comes clean. That shouldn't happen.
So Marsh, the defensive back, ends up recovering the ball at the Browns' 3-yard line. And the Eagles got a short field to score the last time, and now they've got an even shorter field this time. In the backfield now, the running back will be Dion Lewis as the tailback. Stanley Havili will be the fullback. And they give it to the fullback, Havili, and the Browns get over there. And Emmanuel Stevens is one of the tacklers to get in and knock him down. He got helped out by linebacker L.J. Fort at the 2-yard line, a gain of 1.
L.J. Fort, one of the surprises, I think, for most fans, that an undrafted guy coming in, making a big difference in the OTAs and minicamp, and then continued when he put the pads on. The real mark of a linebacker, how you dish out and take contact. And he definitely shows that he's going to be probably making this NFL team.
In the shotgun, 2nd down and goal. They'll send it back out. That's Dion Lewis to the top of your screen. From the Browns 2, here's Foles. Back, looking, firing. Dion Lewis in the end zone. Caught it. Touchdown. He got around T.J. Ward. And it is a quick 13-0 lead for Philadelphia. But that's what happens when you turn the ball over deep in your end.
You know, we've been winning the turnover battle. Not so far, obviously, this game. Actually, Foles makes a nice throw. Fortunate, though, this is just a little late. Really dangerous. Shows you how open he was.
Philadelphia trying to get lined up now to kick the extra point. I still don't think they're lined up right. Brett Selleck is saying that we're missing somebody and that they don't have the right people in. So they're all disorganized. In the meantime, the play clock runs down to 12 as racing in late. Coming in is Mike Gibson, an offensive lineman. Here's Henry for the extra point. McBriar will hold. Dornbos will snap. And the kick is up, and it is good. So after a blocked punt this time, Philadelphia goes in, and they score again. 2nd-year running back, there he is, number 28, Dion Lewis, out of Pitt. As we take a look at the scoring drive, brought to you by Nissan of Middleburg Heights. With 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, it is Philadelphia in the lead over the Browns by a score of 14-0. Boy, the Browns came out firing on all pistons on that first drive. Got down inside the 5-yard line of Philadelphia, fumbled, and they've done nothing really but turn it over since.
Yeah, the first drive was some of the more pretty passes I think we've seen in years around here, with Brandon Wheaton throwing the ball outside with excellent precision. But with awesome, great plays from rookies also come the other side of those plays. And ball security and feeling comfortable within the pocket and not fumbling when you're getting sacked, obviously, is something that we have to work on. And Brandon's definitely probably down on himself right now. But it's something that I'd rather get out of the way now and figure it out in preseason than on September 9th.
Well, both of those guys right there have turned it over tonight. Hardesty a fumble. Whedon's been stripped of the ball a couple of times, turning it over once. Adonis Thomas is back deep as Henry will kick it away for Philadelphia now with a 2-touchdown lead. And 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And he bangs another one deep into the end zone. 8 yards deep. Here comes Thomas out to the 10. And he'll get knocked down shy of the 15-yard line. Philip Hunt is down there to make the tackle. And the Browns have bad field position inside their 15-yard line. Hey, the Browns take on the Bears next week in the final game of the preseason. Pre-game show starts at 7 p.m. Kickoff is at 7:30. The Browns and Bears next Thursday, and only on Channel 3.
No, this has been typical last preseason game for the Browns the last few years. You heard Tom Hecker talk about in the pregame show the tough decisions to get down to that 53-man roster. Give a little pass play here.
From their own 14-yard line, Whedon back. Throws, that's caught, and then dropped. Jordan Cameron had it and could not put it away. As stripping him of the ball as Philip Thomas, the safety, gets in there. And boy, that should have been a first down.
It's first we've seen of Jordan Cameron since his excellent catch from a Colt McCoy deep seam throw against Detroit. Nice defense, gets the ball knocked away, must make that play.
2nd and 10, still inside their 15-yard line at the 14. Hardesty and Marisic are in the backfield. Hardesty lowers his head and his pads, and he drives the ball out near the 17-yard line. It will be 3rd down at about 7 coming up for the Browns.
You know, we've talked a lot through the preseason that when you throw a pass on 1st down in the NFL, a lot of coaches can't help themselves. They come back on 2nd down with that run.
Right, you were saying that in Green Bay last week.
Yeah, wanting to get the ball in 3rd and somewhat manageable situations, that 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. It's tough, though. The defenses know that, and that's why that 8th guy was in the box there.
3rd down at 7 from their own 17-yard line. Whedon, who started out 4 for 4. Since that, he has been 1 of his last 5. And he's throwing. Near side for Little. Tight coverage. Incomplete. So the Eagles get in, play very, very good defense. There's a flag down. Brandon Boykin, a rookie out of Georgia, was on the coverage of Greg Little. Let's check out the call.
Offside, defense, number 90, lined up in the neutral zone. Repeat, 3rd down.
Antonio Dixon will give the Browns another crack at it now instead of punting the ball away.
One thing for the fans to remember, too, don't get too worked up about the play calling tonight. One thing both teams will be doing is a little bit of cat and mouse and doing things in situations to get it on film so the other team looks at it. And when the September 9th game comes, they'll be doing things opposite of that to try to fool and put the other team at a disadvantage.
3rd down. Whedon's got 3rd down and 1. He needs to get to the 19. They're at the 18-yard line. Massaquoi comes in motion. Whedon's going to throw, and he gets sacked as they blow through again and knock him down.
This is a quarterback's dream.
Brandon Graham out of Michigan.
Defensive alignment, unbelievable. 11 men on the line of scrimmage. All you want to do is just lob it up to one of the inside slot receivers going down the field. There's no safeties. They're all on the line of scrimmage. Take 3 quick steps, fire that baby up there. Not sure below him whether to have much time. You see Mitchell Schwartz getting beat inside.
Damaris Johnson back deep to take back the Hodges punt. His last one was blocked. He nails this one. Johnson's got it at his 30. He got away from Dockery. Now he's got it wide. He's got an open field. 50 and inside Browns territory and into their bench. Inside the Browns 45-yard line to the 43. A 26-yard return. Somebody got out of their lane on that one, and he had a wide open side of the field. Timeout at Brown Stadium. It is all Philadelphia right now. We'll go to the 2nd quarter with the Eagles leading over the Browns 14-0. Quarter. Let's see if that gets better here in the 2nd quarter. Time now for tonight's trivia question brought to you by Nissan of North Olmsted. Are you kidding me? Because the deals are so good. The Browns took Kevin Mack and what Philadelphia Stars player in the 1st round of the 1984 supplemental draft of USFL players? Bernie, hold your tongue on that one.
I'm biting my tongue on that one.
And the answer comes up in the 2nd half. Philadelphia back with it at the Browns 40. Here's Nick Foles to throw, wide open underneath. Caught Damaris Johnson. He slips through 3 Browns and gets inside the 30-yard line. Down there.
Earlier in the game, Philadelphia runs the same system in the Browns. You see Philly running a similar concept of clearing through and replacing with an underneath crossing route.
13 yards on that play. 1st down at the Browns 27-yard line. The rookie from Arizona remains in the game at quarterback, Nick Foles. back and throwing. And Marvin McNutt, the rookie from Iowa, cannot get up and get that one with Buster's screen on the coverage for the Browns. McNutt, a big-time receiver at the University of Iowa, but very, very late being drafted this year.
Not the best throw on a slant. You really like to have that down a couple feet.
2nd down and 10. From the Browns' 27-yard line. And the Browns down by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. They show a blitz and back off. It's a run, and it's Dion Lewis. He's to the 25. Well, they are not tackling well so far. Greg Robinson is in on the tackle, the young linebacker, Craig Robertson, who's played so well. First tackle that I have seen Fort miss in the preseason, and he just came up shoeless on that one.
Yeah, you see good contact. That's incredibly nice running, but again, at this level, you'd like to be able to bring down a little running back like that if you're a linebacker.
3rd down 6 from the 23. Foles drops into a shotgun.
And they have man coverage outside. He's going to go down the left sideline.
Sheldon Brown's trying to defend there in the corner. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As Damaris Johnson, the speedster from Tulsa, makes the catch on a 23-yard pass play. Sheldon Brown turned around, but it was too late.
Got it opened up so clearly and cleanly up here. Even the rookie from Arizona can make that read. A little bit underthrown ball. Fantastic catch.
Wow. What a shocker here as the Eagles now lead 20-0. And of course they review all of the scoring when they're scoring plays, so they'll take a look at that. Damaris Johnson, who had a lot of big-time schools going after him when he was coming out of high school, but he decided to go to Tulsa, and the Eagles drafted him and brought him in.
He's having a fantastic training camp. This is going to be close with both the second foot and then with control.
He's got the first foot down. The second one is not down.
He had control, but only 1 foot in. This is coming back.
And we'll take a timeout. We'll wait on the officials' ruling, but it looks like that second foot was out of bounds. Right now, it's 20-0 Eagles. In the left corner of the Browns end zone, caught by Damaris Johnson, but his second foot was out of bounds, as we suspected, Bernie.
Yeah, you can see it again clearly. Before we went to break, that second foot clearly comes down out of bounds. Still doesn't diminish the effort.
All right, I don't think Andy Reid agrees with that.
It will be 4th down, Philadelphia.
And because that was on 3rd down, that's an incompleted pass. Now it's 4th down, and they will attempt a 41-yard field goal. Alex Henry.
How rare is it that the head coach who is getting the extra down alerts the referee that it was 4th down, not 3rd?
That's right. McBriar will hold Henry from 41 yards away into the dog pound, and it is good. So rather than a touchdown, the Eagles take a field goal, and they up their lead over the Browns now to 17-0. Alex Henry, 2nd year out of Nebraska, came on and did a very good job for them kicking last year. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back, see if the Browns can get something going positive when we return. 17-0 Philadelphia. Brandon Whedon started out 4 for 4, but now he's 5 for 9. He's had the ball stripped away as he got nailed right there. Philadelphia got a turnover, and the Browns were driving for a score. And he missed on that long pass there. And then Greg Little looked like he short-armed that ball over the middle, reaching for it. And then he got stripped again. Luckily, the Browns recovered that. So this is a little bit tougher here tonight.
Yeah, he's had the 4 for 4 starting was very nice, bluntly. But since then, not only is Brandon struggled, but the O-line, each guy's had a few issues themselves. So this isn't all just a Brandon Whedon issue.
Yeah, the offensive line has been beaten soundly. And it's a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line. And you know they want to get him going in a positive direction here before he would leave playing action here tonight before you'd go into your last preseason game coming up next Thursday.
Yeah, good point, Jim. It's still 13 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get a couple more drives in and get a good feeling about this night behind you.
New running back in the game, Brandon Jackson. His first action of the night after Hardesty had a rough night. That's the rookie Benjamin going in motion from their own 20-yard line, down 17-0. Whedon checks off, throws underneath, and like everything else has gone so far in the first half, that goes poorly as Jackson cannot hang on to it. There's a late flag thrown in as Sean Laval got buried down at the 23-yard line, and let's see if the Eagles get tagged here for a penalty. Laval got up, stood up, and waved his hands, but the flag had already been thrown. Let's see if one of the Eagles belted him. Boy, I mean, there's just no rhythm right now, is there?
Philadelphia spent a lot of money on their secondary, and their secondary is doing a nice job of covering.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 72, unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that goes on Cedric Thornton. You're right, Bernie. In their draft, they really went defense. They went secondary. They got a little deeper on the defensive line.
They also traded with Houston for
D'Amico
Ryans and to play middle linebacker.
Well, because of the penalty, the Browns get a first down now at their own 35-yard line. Whedon back. He's got Jackson open in the flat. There's a flag going to be thrown. I think Laval's going to get hit with a penalty as he fires up the stripe, and it's caught over on the sideline by Brandon Jackson out near the 39-yard line, but this is coming back.
Yeah, this is holding for sure.
I think you're going to hear 66 numbers called out on a penalty on the Browns.
Holding, offense, number 66.
It is.
10-yard penalty, replay first down.
So Laval gets hit with that penalty. Pinkston's had a couple of penalties. Alex Mack had a penalty. That was the guy that hit him on the previous play, Cedric Thornton, and he got wrapped up with him again. So the Browns now have it 1st and 20 back at their 25-yard line.
This is typically a time when you want to get a few of these yards back. See the draws and screens. Quick throws.
On the flat, that's caught. Jackson to the 30, and he gets over the 30-yard line and belted into the Browns bench at the 32-yard line. Well, that's what Jackson can do. I mean, that was very not typical of his play that he dropped that pass before, but he catches this one and gets a little chunk of the yardage out to the 32 and got hit by Brian Roll.
Yeah, with the soft zone of the Philadelphia, they're just rushing for the troubles of the offensive line. Draws, screens, quick passing game, just to get a positive play, get back into manageable down and distance.
So we got 7, 2nd and 13. Now they run, and he slips through and stays upright too, and gets out near the 39-yard line. Good run by Brandon Jackson, and now it's 3rd down, a little bit more manageable for them. 3rd down and 7.
Nice footwork by Brandon Jackson in the hole here.
Yeah, because he got about 3 extra yards on that play after he got tipped over. Well, this is the first time the Browns have been beyond their own 35-yard line since the opening drive of the game. Now they have it 3rd down and 7 at their own 38-yard line.
First appearance by Jordan Norwood in the game. Down here on the slot on the left, coming across in motion.
Speedy receiver out of Penn State, 3rd and 7. Whedon with plenty of time. He throws, and Norwood tucks himself underneath the defender and makes the catch for a first down to the Philadelphia 43-yard line. Boykin's on the coverage, the rookie from Georgia. They got 20.
Pretty read by Brandon Whedon. Been talking about the line a lot tonight. Nice job by the offensive line.
All right, the Browns are going to go no huddle. Whedon takes the snap. He throws it out quickly, and Benjamin caught it, but they blew the play dead. As the Browns were trying to get up there and catch Philadelphia off, here's the call.
Illegal substitution on the defense.
All right, on that.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
So 5 yards going the other way against Philadelphia. Pat Shermer looking at that board right now, that play sheet, trying to get Whedon some successful stuff to get his confidence back.
Yeah, good point. You see him using the short, quick passing game. 1, to take the pressure off the O-line, and 2, to get the ball out of Brandon's hands, get some positive plays.
All right, nice down here, Bernie. First down, 5 at the Philadelphia 38-yard line. 17-0 Eagles. Alex Mack pointing out. Blitz coming off the right side, flag down. Brandon Jackson spinning for a first down to the Philadelphia 29, but remember there was a flag throw.
Yeah, nice job. I think Philadelphia lined up offside here.
On the corner, Akeem Jordan, the linebacker, looked like he might have been off.
Offside. Defense. Number 75 lined up in the neutral zone. The result of the play, first down.
That's another one of their rookies, Vinny Curry, who lined up in the neutral zone. They've done that now a number of times. I think that's about 4 times that Philadelphia's defense has lined up in the neutral zone, and the Browns have a first down now at the Eagle 29-yard line as Brandon Whedon will try and engineer a scoring touchdown drive. First and 10. Open on the corner. That's Gordon, and he's got it inside the 25, inside the 20, and they'll give him a first down at the 19-yard line. Josh Gordon flicked open and got a couple of extra yards after the catch.
This is a nice job of play calling by Coach Shermer here. Again, throughout the whole series, been struggling offensively. Let's get Brandon Whedon feeling good, getting some easy throws. Philadelphia's been consistently giving man coverage or 3 deep man coverage outside, being able to throw these quick hitch routes.
First and 10 from the Philadelphia 19, and it's Brandon Jackson, and he's down to the 15-yard line. He'll pick up 4 on that first down run. Now Alex Smith involved with one of the Eagles as he tries to help up his running back, Brandon Jackson. And the Browns will bring new personnel in. They're going to bring a fullback, Owen Marisa comes in, and the wide receiver, Greg Little, he checks in too. Second down and 6. At the Philadelphia Eagle 15-yard line. Little goes out wide at the top of your screen. Beyond him is the rookie Travis Benjamin. That's Gordon at the bottom of your screen. Play action fake. Steps up. Throwing. Right corner of the end zone. Little up in the air. Can't come down with it. So Greg Little up in the end zone, had his hands on it, and then on a deflection, reached for it a second time, but could not pull it down. Third down coming up.
This is actually double coverage outside, man underneath. This is actually very good coverage by Philadelphia. I like the way Brandon Whedon throws it up high, giving Greg Little basically the only guy an attempt at it.
Good play by the safety, Philip Thomas, who came in there to get his hands on the ball. Third down and 6. There's Thomas shading in that Eagles secondary. Motion by Benjamin at the top of the screen. Whedon getting all-out pressure. He's got to throw it hot, and Marisa can run up the field at the 10-yard line. And it's fourth down, and the Browns will settle for a Phil Dawson field goal attempt. Boy, that was like a jailbreak blitz, wasn't it?
Yeah, too bad there. They blow the coverage. Travis Benjamin comes uncovered across the field. Brandon Whedon doesn't have a chance, though.
Philip Hunt unblocked right off that right side. So here's Dawson, who put on a clinic last week in Green Bay. It will be a 33-yard field goal attempt. Yount will snap it. Hodges to hold. And the kick on the way. And Dawson puts it through, and the Browns get on the board here in the second quarter. 9:37 left to go before halftime. And now the score, the Eagles 17 and the Browns 3. We'll be right back. Donovan along with Bernie Kosar, Dave Chudowski down on the sidelines tonight. And the Browns get on the board on a 33-yard field goal by Phil Dawson. And it's now 17-3 Eagles. Sure would have liked to have seen them score a touchdown on that drive.
Yes. Could we congratulate the Chudowski family for the new addition? London's second daughter came this past weekend.
Congratulations to Dave and his wife. 2 girls now.
I know how he feels.
Phil Dawson to kick it away. Boykin, the rookie from Georgia, great return man, is back deep. And let's see, he's going to take it out from 8 yards deep. And the Browns get over there and make a nice play. Owen Marisic, the fullback, is the first man down there, along with Quentin Spears and James Dockery. And the Eagles will start short of their 20 at the 16-yard line. Well, Bernie, give me something positive that Brandon Whedon is going through here tonight.
Well, first I was going to say it's nice to see Philadelphia on this side of the field without the short field to work on.
You're exactly right.
Brandon Whedon, again, it's not as good as it typically is, nor as bad as it typically appears. He's made some nice throws. The line's struggling. Philadelphia's front seven's been winning the battle up front.
On first down, Dion Lewis on the run, and Jaquay Parker, the former Eagle, is over there. As the Browns get over there along with Emmanuel Stevens, and they drop him for a loss back inside the 15-yard line near the 14.
Big things are expected out of Parker this year. Very nice play here at the point of attack.
Good play by Stevens. I've been impressed with Stevens. He's ended up with a lot of playing time once Gokong went down and other people have been injured. He's ended up playing well, and there's Parker, free agent over from these Philadelphia Eagles. Second down, a loss of 3 on first down, makes it 2nd and 13. Here's Foles, fakes the reverse, loads up long and deep for Demarcus Johnson, and falling down, he makes the catch as he beats Sheldon Brown down to the Cleveland 41-yard line, a 45-yard pass play.
What a beautiful play call. They see the blitz coming, they block about 8 guys up, give him max protection to throw the deep throw. This time Nick Foles is right on the money.
Boy, that kid on the other end of that, he is really having a half. He had a touchdown, remember, and then they ruled it his second foot, and correctly so, was out. But he makes a great catch there. Now they're out of jail in field position and down to the Browns' 41-yard line on first down. With the tight end in motion. Changing.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Nice job of disguising.
Philadelphia.
Very nice job of disguising by the Browns secondary. Fools the rookie.
We'll take the timeout with Philadelphia. 8:10 left to go in the first half. It's the Eagles by 2 touchdowns, 17-3.
Couple weeks about getting in shape and losing weight. If you want to join me on the 88-day challenge and be a member and we get free tickets to the home opener September 9th against the Philadelphia Eagles, call 855-GO-KOSAR or join teambernie.com. 855-GO-KOSAR.
First and 10 for Philadelphia at the Browns' 41-yard line. They lead in the game 17-3. That's Brackett, the tight end, coming in motion. Nick Foles, the rookie from Arizona, has played very well again here tonight. Dion Lewis got a block, trying to get to the outside, and Buster Screen comes in there. But it was Trevin Wade, the defensive back, who came in there first, really interrupted the play, and he continues to play well.
He stood out in each of the 2 previous preseason games, and again, his first opportunity to play some tonight. A nice play.
You know, I was really worried when I was watching the game from Green Bay and he went off in a cart. Remember that late in the game? But he was right back out on the practice field pretty quickly. Second down, 2nd and 9. That was only a 1-yard gain. Fourth, the linebacker blows up on the line of scrimmage. And here's pressure, and there's Jaquay Parker. He nails Foles and knocks him down and forces an incomplete pass. Well, that was good to see. Some pass rush.
Nice pass rush. Rush 6 right there. Did a little bit of linebacker blitz here to help out the rush, but an amazing job by Foles finding the back just to throw it away to.
3rd down and 9. Foles ended up losing his helmet on that play after Parker knocked him down. So Jaquay Parker, one of the defensive ends that they brought in so that they could get some help on that side and let Jabal Sheard go on the other side. Philadelphia on 3rd down and long. Play action fake to Lewis. Foles down the middle of the field. He's got Chad Hall open, and the ball is incomplete. Knocked away. James Michael Johnson, the linebacker, got down there. They almost got that ball in there at the 3-yard line of Chad Hall.
Yeah, this is a beautiful play call. Actually, Foles is a little late on. You don't want to be throwing against 2 deep, 5 under zone. That ball needs to be hit at about 25 yards, not at 45 yards.
Did you see the way that he hit that ball? He put his hands out. Watch 50. James Michael Johnson just puts his hands out, and he ends up knocking that ball away. All right, the Eagles are going to punt now.
That's a good job of coaching there to coach the young guy.
McBriar on the punt. Cribbs waiting for it. And the ball hits at the 9-yard line, goes down inside the 2-yard line, and it is caught there by Curtis Marsh. And the Browns will start at their own 2-yard line after a 38-yard punt. They have not had good field position throughout the first half. Brandon Whedon coming back in. He's going to go the first half, no question about it. 7:14 left to go in the half. 17-3, Philadelphia.
Boy, I used to love when you're backed up like this to take a shot on first down.
But obviously that would be hard, wouldn't it, to convince?
Well, it was very hard to convince.
I would think
coaches.
so, yes.
But look, you have man coverage. We're tight. We're looking like we're lined up for the tight run formation.
Nope. They're going to throw out of the backfield. Marisic's got it, and he got hit right away after he made the catch. And now they rule that he didn't make the catch as the ball got knocked out of there. Getting the hit on him was Trevard Lindley at the 5-yard line. So it's an incomplete pass. Boy, Philly has hit here tonight. You mentioned about pads popping. They have really separated the Browns a number of times from the ball.
Whether it's been their first team or second team or even their third team guys, the level of contact and physical play looks like a completely different team than a completely different defense from last week.
Second down and 10 from their own 2-yard line, down by 14. This time they'll run Brandon Jackson, and he'll get it out over the 2-yard line, but not even close to the 3, and it will be third down and long. Once again, those big, young defensive linemen, Cedric Thornton gets in there, makes the tackle. It's going to be third and 10.
This is a play caller's nightmare. Third and 10 backed up inside the 2-yard line.
6:45 left to go in the half. Clock running. Browns bring in Josh Gordon, the rookie receiver, who had a real nice play on the Browns' first drive.
And it looks like we're going to having trouble with the clock. Probably going to have to use a timeout.
Yeah, the play clock is at 5 right now, and Whedon's going to have to call a timeout, something he had to do earlier in this first half too. So they'll only have one timeout left and the 2-minute warning. Timeout. Well, Bernie, this has been a little bit of a comeuppance, I think, that the Browns have got hit with here tonight. And I really do believe you're right that they have taken some shots from their offensive line, and they've been beaten up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's, again, we talked about this defensive philosophical belief of the Philadelphia Eagles, very similar to the Detroit Lions, of which the offensive line had issues with the wide 9 techniques and the upfield scheme of pass rush first on your way to the quarterback.
Bernie, tonight's fan cam is brought to you by Hyundai during National Fuel Efficiency Month. Hyundai wants to make great gas mileage everyone's priority. Come find out how much you could save by driving a fuel-efficient Hyundai. Well, I wanted to show them when there was an exciting moment, but so far, the Browns have been a little stale, and now they've got a problem. Third down and 10 from their own 2-yard line. He's going to throw out of the end zone. Throws. Gordon caught it, and he might get the first down. Caught it on the slant, got out near the 13-yard line, and by golly, they did get the first down.
This is just a quick 3-step drop, all slants.
Brandon Hughes on the coverage. First and 10. Nice throw. And they are starting to get, I think, some rhythm, don't you think, between Gordon and Whedon. That will be good. From their own 14-yard line. Almost had the Eagles jump there.
Well, he sees the safety up in the box.
So he goes play action, and he's going to go long. He's got Benjamin down the field, and the rookie can't hang on to it at the 47-yard line of Philadelphia. Travis Benjamin, the speedy rookie out of Miami.
Although we haven't completed a lot of them down the field, I do like the way we're stretching the field and attempting them. These pay dividends later in the year. That's nice. That's pretty good throwing ball.
Yeah, that was a good throw. Trevard Lindley on the coverage down the field for the Eagles. Second down and 10 for the Browns from their own 14-yard line. Benjamin, who had a great opening game against Detroit. On a draw, they're going to run Jackson to the 20. Oh, he got popped out over the 22-yard line, but he's up near the first down at the 23. Might be a bit shy. The Eagles defense continuing to really hit.
This may just be a preseason game, but the level of contact. Listen to these pads hit here.
Ryan Roll in there once again.
This game is not for the faint of heart.
No, it isn't. Third down and 1. Marisic in the game at fullback. Jackson remains the running back. They're going to run it to try and get the first down over the right side, and they push the pile out to the 26 and get a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Browns at their own 26-yard line on a drive that started. They were hemmed in at their own 2. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the first half. Yes, it has been all Philadelphia. That score says it, and the quality of play has said it too. But the Browns trying to get something accomplished before the end of the first half. Benjamin motions. Whedon, a pump fake, gonna go long. He's got Gordon down the middle of the field, incomplete. He had 2 Eagles on him, and the safety was closing over the top.
Philadelphia, like I said, most teams don't run this unique coverage. They bring the 8th guy up in the box for run support. If you'd see, they play in and out on the outside receiver, Josh Gordon. Issue there was the off safety. We didn't send anybody out on the other side of the field, so he frees up and is able to read Brandon's eyes and come across the field.
And that safety was Philip Thomas. 2nd down and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
He sees the man coverage.
But they run, and it's Jackson, and he'll only get a couple out to the 28-yard line as they slide across once again. Vinny Curry is over there on the tackle. Browns are 2 for 2 on this drive on 3rd down, and they've got a 3rd and long coming up here, 3rd down and 7.
Remember, this drive started basically inside the 2-yard line.
And he did complete a 3rd down and long on a slant to Josh Gordon. Gordon not in the game right now, though. So Whedon looks over that Eagle defense, which has been a smothering defense here tonight. 3:47 to go in the half. 3rd down and long. He's got pressure coming. He got away from Graham. He rolls out, fires down the stripe, looked for Massaquoi, and it got knocked away. The rookie Boykin got over there to get his hand on and break it up. And it's 4th down, and the Browns stall, and Hodges is in to punt.
Again, you see the pressure coming off the right side, the very, very wide 9 technique. Again, Mitchell Schwartz having some trouble with that. Basically coming free. Not much Brandon Whedon could do. It's actually a nice throw, even better coverage.
Hodges has had 1 block tonight, and that was deep in Browns territory, which later ended up with a Philadelphia touchdown. Demaris Johnson has been a very crafty returner and a speedy receiver. In other words, he's been very good, and he's going to get some room here. Catches at his 16. But the Browns get down, and they get him this time. So a good play. Johnson Bonamosi was the first man down, and then Kaluka Mayava made the tackle.
Coach Shermer's been bragging about Johnson being an undrafted guy and being a fantastic force on special teams.
He is out of Stanford, and he actually picked up football after he was a really accomplished rugby player.
Well, he's an accomplished tackler on special teams, and somebody who was probably a long shot to make the team at the beginning of camp has fought his way into the numbers game.
Well, we want you to know and get your thoughts on tonight's game. Send us a tweet at @officialbrowns. Use hashtag EaglesBrowns. We've got your reaction coming up at halftime. It's a run. It's Dion Lewis, and Lewis trying to find a little bit of a lane. Gets it out over the 25 to the 26.5-yard line. James Michael Johnson, one of the Browns, in there on the tackle. Marcus Bernard is also in there on the stop. 2nd down.
You know, there's more depth the defensive end pass rusher this year than we've had. A guy like Marcus Bernard coming off the injury, the motorcycle accident. Made some nice pass rushes last week. I think these last 2 games are important to him.
2nd and 6. Foles. He dumps it off. Iguodala, the fullback, and he gets rocked over the 30-yard line. Nice tackle in there. TJ Ward comes in there, helped out by Buster Screen, but they are up near a 1st down. They need to get a little bit over the 33-yard line, and they will give them a 1st and 10 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, on these fullback screens, you typically want your line to do a little better job of pass blocking before you let your D lineman go so you can get out on the screen. Nice job by Foles under a little bit of pressure, slipping it out to the fullback prematurely.
Ball at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 Philadelphia. Play action again. Screen pass, Dion Lewis. He uses his blockers beautifully to the 50, to the 45-yard line. Eric Hagg is down there on the tackle for the Browns. And he also got an assist from Sheldon Brown, but a beautiful, well-timed screen play down to the Browns' 44-yard line. 2-minute warning here at Brown Stadium.
2-minute warning.
2 minutes left to go in the first half. Philadelphia driving again and leading 17-3. Oh, sorry, Dave Chanowski back with you at Brown Stadium. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Dominated by the Eagles, they lead 17-3. They have 2 timeouts left. The Browns have 1. And it's 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 44-yard line. Nick Foles across the middle. Caught. Marvin McNutt makes the catch. And the rookie from Iowa is brought down by Sheldon Brown at the Cleveland 31, and that's a first down.
A staple of the West Coast offense.
Yes.
Strong side pass play. Backside slant. If the slant's open and one-on-one coverage, you see the quarterback take the easy slant throw.
1st and 10, and it's a run, and it's Dion Lewis in traffic. He'll lose yardage back beyond the 31, back near the 33-yard line as the Browns get in there and smother that play. Marcus Bernard is one of the Browns in there, along with Brian Schafering and also Billy Wynn, who had a nice play earlier in the game. All right, Philly's going to hurry up now. 2nd down and 12, down to a minute 20, and now they're decided, well, let's go back and talk about it. Let's huddle.
I think they're pretty happy being up 17-3, being in this position here, not wanting to give the Browns a chance at their own 2-minute drill.
Well, I got to tell you, their quarterback has been very impressive. Here's Nick Foles, pulls the ball down, looking down the field, being chased by Bernard, throws down the field, incomplete. At the 12-yard line, Chad Hall was the intended receiver. Incidentally, I'm shortchanging him. That is 2nd Lieutenant Chad Hall. He went to the Air Force Academy and then worked fixing F-16s for a couple of years, and then the Eagles found him.
Well, Mr. 2nd Lieutenant better learn how to keep his feet when he's that wide open.
He was wide open, wasn't he?
That was a nice job by Foles. Nice throw, and when you're a guy like that, you need to make those plays.
3rd down and 12. 58 seconds to go in the half. Blitz coming from the Browns. Foles, he had someone on his shoe, but he got it out of there, and this time 2nd Lieutenant Chad Hall makes the catch, fighting off Trevin Wade, and he's got a first down. He got out of bounds. Oh, wait a minute, he did not get the first down. He's just shy of the first down, and it will be 4th down, and they'll kick a field goal.
Blitz by the Browns. Dangerous throw off your back foot late to the out. With the regular refs, that clock would still be going because 2nd Lieutenant Hall was going backwards, losing the forward momentum. They get the benefit of the stop clock.
Alex Henry, 41-yard field goal attempt. McBriar puts it down from it. He bangs that ball, and he banged it wide left. No good.
Well,
I mean, he really sailed into that thing and punched it, and it did not have the elevation of his other kick, and he misses.
You know, I got a chance to meet him at the 2011 Combines, and Phil Dawson and him have the same agent/life coach from Cleveland, Neil Cornridge, and he actually set an NFL record last year for most accuracy by a rookie ever.
Yeah, he was like 89%. All right, off the missed field goal, Bernie. 46 seconds left to go. 48 seconds left to go in the first half, and Colt McCoy is in at quarterback. So Brandon Whedon's night is over, and here's Colt McCoy with 1 timeout. And he gets a big cheer as he comes in and throws. Norwood made the catch, trying to get to the sideline. He won't get there as he gets tossed down hard on the ground by Philip Thomas. Clock runs, 37 seconds left, only 1 timeout left. Only a gain of 4 on that play, too. And the Browns losing a lot of time now as they chase Rod Windsor into the game. Here's McCoy again. 2nd down. Cross the middle. That's caught. Cameron's got it. And Jordan Cameron out by the 40-yard line gets dragged down. And the Browns are going to use that last timeout. Ever the quarterback, huh?
Can't help myself in 2-minute drills.
Use the timeout.
Cleveland. Final timeout.
So Colt McCoy has gone underneath on 2 pass plays. And still they have not gotten the first down. It's 3rd down and less than 1 with 17 seconds left to go in the half. Now they're out of timeouts. That's Mark Whipple joining the conversation, the Browns quarterback coach. Interesting comments by McCoy at the beginning of the week. Someone was talking to him about his arm strength, and he said, remember he had that bad shoulder, pinched nerve inside his shoulder in the national championship game when he played for Texas against Alabama. And he said that it just now feels like he's 100%.
Well,
and he said that the doctor told him it might take that long, Colt.
Well, us quarterbacks don't like to talk about sore arms and sore shoulders.
Or arm strength.
Yes. It's That's a sensitive, taboo subject for us. He's had a fantastic couple preseason games so far, though.
Third down, less than one, but the Browns are looking for bigger yardage, and McCoy gets drilled. Graham on one side, and then off the other side, they blow through and get in there again. And boy, I'll tell you what, their pass rush has been exceptional. Philip Hunt on one side, Graham on the other, and they sandwich McCoy. 6 seconds left to go in the half. Wow.
There's not much you could do there. Just hold on to the ball, don't fumble, and hope you're not dead.
Wow. Philadelphia has won the battle, Bernie, wouldn't you say, in the trenches here in the first half.
Again, I've talked a few times at length about the similarities to Detroit, the wide 9 alignments that we had trouble in Detroit with and are still having trouble with.
Now, explain it one more time. Wide 9.
Okay, the defensive ends line up a good 2 yards outside the offensive tackles, forcing that tackle to get depth and come to him, and it gets him almost out in space. So if you don't have the quickness to get out there, you run right past the edge and have a short corner to the quarterback.
Reggie Hodges to punt. 6 seconds to go. Demaris Johnson is back deep, and he'll run way over to his left and catch it and go from the 23. He got away from L.J. Fort, but Craig Robertson got down there and was in on the tackle along with David Sims. That was a 47-yard punt, and we have hit the half. So the Browns came out on their first drive of the game, moved well, got down inside the Philadelphia 2-yard line. Whedon got stripped of the ball, fumbled, and from that point on, it has been all Philadelphia. Down to the Browns sideline right now, Dave Chudowski is with Pat Shermer.
All right, Jim, thanks, Pat. First drive, you guys came out strong, looking good, but from there, some penalties, turnovers, block punt. Was that more of what you guys weren't doing or what Philadelphia did to you?
No, we just got to play better. I'm not sure we can say we did much good in that first half. We turned the ball over. We gave up big plays. We did find a way to drive the ball there, but then you can't turn it over. So, all the things that you can't do, we found a way to do, and so it's not good enough. And so our guys know we'll go in there and get it corrected. We'll come out and play a good second half. I want to see good, clean, aggressive football. And I don't care who's in there. The guys in there got to play well and try to find a way to win the game. And so there's a lot to be learned from preseason games, and handling adversity is one of them. We did not play well enough, and we got to get it fixed.
One more thing, Brandon Whedon, your thoughts on him in his third start?
Well, I thought he battled pretty well. He made some good throws. He saw a couple more situations that he hadn't seen before, and so that's a productive night for him. He found a way to complete some passes, some deep balls. He's finding Josh Gordon now, and so we're coming along in areas that I'm hopeful, but as a team, we didn't play well enough.
Coach, thank you very much. Jim, hopefully we get more clean football in the second half. That's Coach Shermer. Now back up to you.
Thanks, Dave. Dave's Sideline Report and Chat with Pat Shermer brought to you by Chrysler. Take advantage of the great deals at the summer clearance event. Well, my friend, the Browns have got to get things going. And as Pat Shermer told you, we did not play well. Amen. Philadelphia 17, the Browns 3 at the half. Everybody to Browns Stadium. The Eagles lead over the Browns 17-3 as we get set for the start of the second half. Joining Bernie and I in the booth right now, Jimmy Haslam. I wanted you to come up with a 17-3 Browns lead, Jimmy.
So did I, Jim. That wasn't a lot of fun, was it?
No, that was a tough first half. Well, you were out in the dog pound. We had a shot of you over there, kibitzing with the Browns fans over there. Tell us about what they were telling you.
Great experience. I was telling Bernie at the break, people were coming up to me and said, I've been here 37 years, I've been here 24 years, I've been here 41 years, and they're truly people who love football and, more importantly, love the Cleveland Browns, so it was a great experience.
All right, tough first half for the Browns, but I'll tell you what, this is a roster filled with young, exciting players, and hey, young, exciting players or not, you're going to have nights like this against a very good team.
That's right, Jim. We started off well, drove the ball down to the 2, looked good, mixing the pass and the run, then had the penalty, and then had the fumble, and then after that it went downhill. The Eagles are really good. They're playing well. We're not playing as well as we can.
All right, this young man is a speedster out of Georgia, Brandon Boykin, and he dips and weaves his way out over the 20-yard line to the 22. Jimmy, as far as the ownership shift and you taking over as the majority owner of the team, and we've heard that there's an owners meeting in October. But during the Hall of Fame weekend, I believe Roger Goodell said maybe that could be moved up. Do you have any update on that, on the vote to ratify this deal?
We do, Jim. We talked with the commissioner last week, and the NFL is going to have their meeting in mid-October, and if all goes well, we'll be approved then, and we'll become the official owners of the Browns sometime in late October.
Well, that should be an exciting time for you, I know. This is Trent Edwards in the game now, at quarterback for the Eagles, and he's going to throw right away with Brian Sanford coming, and he throws it, it's picked off, and by golly, it's David Sims again with a flag down. He goes in for a touchdown. I think they hit the quarterback high.
Boy, Trent Edwards, for a quarterback with 33 NFL starts, to make that rookie a mistake when Nick Foles, the rookie, didn't make those mistakes.
Boy, how about David Sims? Sims had a touchdown the other night on an interception in Green Bay. He had the game-ending interception in
Prior
Detroit.
to the interception, personal foul, roughing the passer, number 50 defense, blow to the helmet, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So Sims with his hands on his knees, the touchdown taken away. Here is the penalty, and it's going to be on the rookie, James Michael Johnson, coming out of Nevada.
Oh.
The hit right there. What did you think, Bernie? Or Jimmy, jump in if you want.
When you're falling down like that,
I didn't see
that's
that.
a little soft.
I didn't see that. So that actually was not a good call. It's tough. Sims has had a great camp. He
really
played well.
has.
It's a tough break for him.
Jimmy, when you do take over the team, you seem to be a guy that takes it over and let's go. Are you going to hit the ground running?
Well, I think I said early on, and we've been doing this, Jim, we've been asking a lot of questions, spending time with the people, learning as much as we can, and we've got a lot to learn. There's a huge difference between being a minority partner of the Steelers and being the quote, main person here at the Cleveland Browns. So we've got a lot to learn, but we look forward to working with the Browns organization.
That was a pass connection to Marty Gilliard. Remember him, Bernie? Great player out of the University of Cincinnati. And makes that catch. Started out with the St. Louis Rams. Second down and 2 for the Eagles out at their own 46-yard line as the Browns had that defensive touchdown wiped out on a penalty on the rookie. Here's Brown, and he brings it up to the 48-yard line, and he should be right up near the first down as the Browns' Craig Robertson comes in on the tackle. Another one of those young linebackers. Jimmy, in your span of time when this deal was done and now you're waiting to take over, how exciting is it to move away from being a minority owner with the Pittsburgh Steelers and now getting really your own team?
Jim, it's been way more exciting than we ever would have thought, and that's primarily because of the fan support here and the love of football. It has just been overwhelming. I've said it numerous times, but it's a big thrill to be the owner, but particularly when you have fan support like we here in Cleveland. So we're going to do everything we can to bring a winner here to Cleveland Browns.
Bryce Brown on the carry, and Brown is finally brought down by L.J. Ford as he comes in, but Brown made a couple of people miss on the play. As this process goes through now, and I would assume, though, that you've really received from other NFL teams to receive the good wishes of them as you come in?
We've talked to several of the other owners, and they've been most gracious with their time, counsel, and advice, and it's been a lot of fun to get to know these guys.
Second down and 6, and the Eagles have the ball at the Browns' 48-yard line. Opening possession, second half. Here's Bryce Brown again with a cutback, and he gets down near the 41-yard line, and that will be another first down.
You know, Bryce Brown being a rookie, I think he spent a week at University of Miami. I think he spent a week at Tennessee. How many colleges did he go to in his career?
He was the #1 high school running back in the country his senior year in high school. Came to Tennessee. Lane Kiffin recruited him and got hurt early, didn't play much, and then we had the coaching change. He left and where'd he go, Bernie?
He went to Kansas State, and he only played one game.
Well, he was at University of Miami for a few days and then Kansas State.
Oh, well, there you go. I think his brother played at Kansas State, too. As Edwards throws and an immediate hit by Dockery as they get the ball out on the far sideline, short of the first down. And, boy, I tell you what, Jimmy, very impressed. You know these young kids coming through. I know that you're a big Tennessee Volunteer fan, but you know the recruiting trails and the history of these kids.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch our young players. We've got some good young linebackers, a lot of speed, and hopefully they're going to develop into really good NFL players, Jim.
Well, I remember when in your opening press conference you said to you Montario Hardesty was number 2. He was number 2 when he played for the Volunteers down there. Bryce Brown on the run again, and the Browns come up, and Johnson Bonamosi comes in there out of Stanford and makes a pretty good hit on his left shoulder. But Hardesty, you watched him play, and we're really hoping, he's had injuries his first couple of years. We're really hoping that he can catch some good health and have a good, solid year.
That's right. His first 2 years at Tennessee, he was hurt a lot and didn't do much. In his junior year, he just exploded, gained about 1,500 yards, had a tremendous year. obviously the Browns drafted number 2, so we need Monterio to stay healthy.
Jimmy, when you saw the roster, when you got a little chance to look inside at the drafting that Tom Heckert and the Browns have done in the last couple of years, are you pleased?
Yeah, I mean, if you look, we have a chance to start 6 rookies day one, and I think that says a lot to the type of talent we're accumulating. There's been a huge turnover in the roster, as you guys know better than I do. I think we went, Bernie, from the second oldest team in the league 2 or 3 years ago to now the second youngest, and it's going to take a little time. And as we said at the opening press conference, we're in this for the long run. We're not going to knee-jerk. We're going to hang with it. We're going to build through the draft, and hopefully in 2 or 3 years we'll have the kind of talent, kind of team the Philadelphia Eagles do.
Eagles come up second down at 10. Iguodala, the fullback, carried on that first down play. Edwards, play action fake. Over the middle, L.J. Fort tried to get the interception and couldn't come down with it. And Brackett comes down and makes the catch and brings it inside the 10 at the 9.5-yard line.
Got a flag down on the Brown sideline.
So we'll check this thing out, see what happened here.
Illegal formation on the offense.
So that one's coming back.
The right tackle was left
Jimmy,
uncovered.
thanks very much for coming up and joining us.
Jim, Bernie, great
Repeat
to see
second
both
down.
of you, and thanks for everything you do for the Cleveland Browns.
Absolutely. We look forward to when the deal is finally ratified and you're in here as the owner of the Cleveland Browns. That must be exciting even to hear that.
Thanks. We're excited. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got to turn this team into a winner.
All right.
We're counting on it.
Yeah, we are counting on it.
Thanks. Good to see you guys.
Thanks a lot, Jimmy. Jimmy Haslam. An October vote by the NFL owners will ratify the deal, and he'll come in and take over the Cleveland Browns as their majority owner. On the penalty on Philadelphia now. Second down and 15 for Edwards and the Eagles. Opening drive, second half, 17-3. Philadelphia in the lead. Edwards, a lot of time, and a man wide open. Brackett makes the catch, and he's down to the 16-yard line, and he'll get a first down. Brett Brackett. Philadelphia loaded with tight ends. And Brackett, another one, trying to fight for a spot on the team. Brackett out of Penn State.
You know, we're talking about with Mr. Haslam off air here that even Trent Edwards as the 4th quarterback, and he got a lot of starts. When he's on and he can make plays like the corner throw to the tight end there, it's really nice to watch. His career has been, though, to stare down the rush and see the rushers. And sometimes when he makes those bad plays, they're really bad.
They'll run. Here's Bryce Brown to the outside. Dockery didn't get him. Marcus Bernard and Brian Sanford did. Inside the 15 at the 14.5-yard line. Can I tell you what I noticed right there? Jimmy Haslam is an intense guy. That he wants them to become a winner, and he wants it done quickly once he takes over. I mean, he's a very competitive guy. So even the team being down 17-3 right now, I mean, he's looking for someone to make a play out there.
Hey, it's awesome to see the toughness, the competitiveness. And when you're winning, it's great, and when you're losing, it isn't.
Yep.
And he takes it personally. You can see that. You can see that in his eyes.
Second down and 8. Motion. Hamler, the wide receiver from the far side. The throw. Iguodala's got it. And James Michael Johnson will make the tackle of him down at the 5-yard line. Inside the 5 at the 4 will be first and goal. You know, the Browns, Bernie, have had some pretty good history against Trent Edwards. When he played and quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, they picked him off. I can remember a Monday night game, his first 3 or 4 throws, they picked off like 3 of those throws.
Yeah, again, his history has been to sometimes make the nice
Stare
big
down
play,
guy,
but stare down guys, kind of look to see the pass rush, try to look for places to find a pocket and find a hole in the pocket.
First and goal. Here's Brown off 1 tackle, off 2 tackles, and he's down inside the 1-yard line. You know, if I could offer an insight here tonight, the Browns have tackled better in the 2 games before this one than they have here this evening.
Yeah, there's been a lot left to be desired from the performance tonight, and you could see in Mr. Haslam's face, you could see on Coach Shermer's face with his interview with Dave at halftime.
Yes. I think you could have put under Pat Shermer, not happy.
Yeah, it was good to be in the booth at halftime and not be in the locker room to hear.
Do you know how thrilled we are to have you here in the booth?
Thank you.
Iguodala, the fullback, Brown, the tailback. It's Brown over the right side with a launch, and he got hit, and he fumbled, and then he reached back, and I think he recovered it. He got his own fumble. He tried to launch to get into the end zone. He got popped right on the ball, and I think we have an injured Browns player down. Brian Sanford is getting up slowly. And also Marcus Bernard, and Bernard is not getting up. There's the replay, and there's Bryce Brown having the alertness to scoop that ball back in, something Hardesty was not able to do earlier in the game. So Marcus Bernard, who of course missed most of last year after a motorcycle accident, has been fighting to get back in the coach's eyes with playing time here in the preseason. Goes down injured on a goal line stand. We'll take a timeout as they check him out. 7:15 to go, third quarter. It's all Philly, 17-3. Tonight's trivia brought to you by Nissan of North Olmsted. Are you kidding me? Because the deals are so good. Now the question, the Browns took Kevin Mack, and what Philadelphia Stars player in the first round of the '84 supplemental draft of USFL players? Bernie Kosar, the answer, please.
Mike Johnson.
You're right. Mike Johnson, who turned out to be a great linebacker.
Yeah, and actually the linebacker coach, Billy Davis, his father and Tom Heckert's father were very instrumental in those picks.
Brett Brockett, he tries to extend the ball over the goal line. The official said he did. The Browns' James Dockery comes out of there with the football saying he recovered a fumble, but Brockett thinks he's got a touchdown, and it was called touchdown on the field. Brian Schafering is waving to Pat Shurmur.
Close. Very close. Remember, all the scores are challenged anyway, so they don't need to throw it, but I think he comes up a little short. Ooh, maybe
I don't know. Maybe he got a little bit of the paint on that goal line. So they'll have to review that. All scoring plays, as Bernie mentioned, are looked at as the Eagles get set to attempt an extra point. They had a touchdown call back in the first half. As you see that view, what do you think?
The previous play is under review.
It depends. I think he hit a piece of the line and his knee wasn't down yet.
All right, well, there it is. We'll wait on the call, but it's on the board as a touchdown. We'll see if it stays that way when we come back. 6:54 left to go in the third quarter.
The previous play is confirmed. The ball crossed the goal line before the elbow of the player. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Tight end got enough of the ball. He got it on the white stripe, and that's a touchdown. May I just say this? Before he got near the end zone, they missed two more tackles and could have had him back at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he cut
They
back.
just have not tackled tonight.
Yeah, tackling leaves a little bit to be desired for sure.
Alex Henry for the extra point. 23-3 Philadelphia. And the kick is good to make it 24-3 Eagles. Well, we'll sit and mull this score over and wonder what happens on September 9th when these two teams play. The Browns have a lot of work to do before that game. We'll be right back to the stadium. He ends 9 for 20 with 117 yards in passing, and he fumbled once. He actually fumbled twice. They recovered one of them. Colt McCoy 2 for 2 as he cleaned up right in the last minute of the first half. His game is coming up next as this game goes along. 24-3 Philadelphia. Burt Reed is back to return from the Browns, and a wide receiver out of Florida State brings it to the 10. And he'll get over the 20 and tumble out near the 21-yard line. And that's where the Browns offense will take over with Colt McCoy running the show.
You know, as big a thing as those quarterback stats has been really the struggles by the offensive line and the pass protection up there. There's a direct correlation to good quarterbacking, good statistics, and good pass protection. And unfortunately, the pass protection left a lot to be desired also in the first half.
All right, Colt McCoy's got the number 2 offensive line in there as the Browns come out. Josh Cribbs into the game at wide receiver. Here's Adonis Thomas. Nice run out over the 30. And he's to the 31-yard line. He got 9, and it will be second down and 1. You like this kid, Thomas?
He's showing a lot of speed. I mean, I think he got about 36 yards last week rushing on a few carries. Been used on kickoff returns and punt returns.
We have a timeout, an official's timeout, and I think that they want to measure this to see if the Browns got a first down. Are they going to call the chains in? Yes, they are. They're going to call them in. I think Pat Shurmur's saying, come on. Now, on the officials front, that's a perfect segue into the officials front. These are still replacement officials, and they're really the discouraging thing in this labor issue between the regular NFL officials and the NFL is that there really aren't any talks going on. right now.
Yeah, that's been a little disconcerting, obviously.
And we are getting close to the first week of the regular season.
And also the major colleges have locked up their referees to not allow them to be these replacement officials. So you're going to great lengths to find NFL caliber officials in places you would never think to find them.
Yeah, and see, here's the other thing I think that's going to happen if it continues is that they are saying that the coaches are not really speaking out about, if the game is officiated poorly. But all of that changes if they go into the regular season because so much rides on every regular season game. And think about big calls in most games. It's going to be second down and about a chain link. That's all they need as McCoy brings them up. And goes back to Adonis Thomas, but they go backwards. He got crunched back at the 30-yard line as the Eagles smother that play. Vinny Curry is the leading tackler in there to make that play. And it will be third down for the Browns and close to a yard and a half, near 2.
It's sometimes why on second and real short, when a team's selling out for the run like that to stop the run, it's not a bad idea to take a shot because you're not in your short yardage run formations, and when they bring too many guys like that and move the line of scrimmage, instead of having third and an inch or two, now you got third and about a yard and a half.
Yep, yard and a half to go. In the backfield, Alex Smith along with Thomas, and it's a bootleg by McCoy. He's looking. Now he's got to get the first down, and he did. I mean, he looked so much that he ran out of time and out of real estate, and then with very quick feet, he scampered up the sideline and got the first down.
Well, very quick feet, but very nice composure. This is well covered here. Nice job of trying to kind of find it and see whether you should run or throw it. He held it to the last possible second and shows good athleticism getting the first down.
All right, McCoy's got a first down for the Browns. Gronkowski is the tight end that went in motion, and on first down they run Adonis Thomas again off the left side, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, which is the 33-yard line.
We were talking earlier about Colt and arm strength.
Yep.
Philadelphia now is starting to test their young defensive backs out. The last few snaps have all been press coverage, man outside. They're stopping us in the run game right now. It's a really good opportunity to throw the ball deep and on the outside.
Second down, 10. 24-3 Philadelphia. That's Cribbs in motion in at wide receiver. Play action fake, McCoy. Down the middle, Rod Windsor made the catch on a great throw, and he brings it down to the 43-yard line of Philadelphia and a first down.
Again, he sees the outside man coverage. This is that deep pop pass, skinny 8, bang 8, whatever you want to call it.
I call it a pain in the neck.
It's been a well-thrown route by the Browns quarterback so far this preseason.
23 yards on that gain. First and 10. The Browns have it at the Philadelphia 43-yard line. Thomas the lone back. Pump fake. Now McCoy's in trouble. Now he's going to run away, and he still keeps the play alive. He's going to get a block and run it. And he gets knocked into the Browns bench inside the 45-yard line at the 44, which will be a loss of 1.
Pretty fortunate. A lot of defensive linemen for Philadelphia can be mad at themselves. They didn't bring him down. Colt shows outstanding athleticism again, not taking the sack.
Well, that is a sack because it's a loss of 1, and it's their 5th sack in the game as the ball goes back near the 44-yard line. Second down and 11. McCoy shotgun with Thomas on his left hip. Juggled that snap. Boy, they aren't covering well, and he tried to slip a ball into Evan Moore, and that got knocked away. Boy, how about that? You're right. You brought that up on the last play like that, and on this one, linebacker Keenan Clayton gets in there and knocks it away from Evan Moore.
I'd like to say Colt should have known where to go with the ball, but this is pretty well covered, very well defensed. Also very well disguised by Philadelphia.
Incidentally, that guy, well, there's Clayton, but that guy that pass was intended for, Evan Moore's got some pressure on him. He's not getting a lot of playing time. Now we're deep into this game, and the Browns trying to figure out what they're going to do at tight end, and they move on the offensive line.
False start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
That's on Stanley Daniels, and it will become third down and 16. Well, and the wild card in that tight end battle, of course, is that Benjamin Watson has not played yet in any of the preseason games, and there's only one remaining. So you've got Jordan Cameron, and you know he's a sticker, right?
Yeah, 4th-round pick, basketball player for Southern Cal last year.
And they put a lot of work into him. It's 3rd down and 16 now for McCoy. Coming near side with 3 Eagles chasing him. He dumps it off. It's caught by Evan Moore. And he'll get shoved for a few extra yards inside the 40 to the Philadelphia 37.5-yard line. But they are well short of the first down.
Well short of the first down, but a nice play in that situation. Not much is open, extremely down the field. But by Colt being able to get about 8-10 yards, allows you to kind of get in field goal range for probably about a 54-yard attempt.
Looks like they're going to go. It's 4th down, and they need 4. And they keep the offense on the field. Play clock is down to 15, and they're not out of the huddle yet. And it's underneath 10, and it's 4th down and 4. Now it's at 5, and Pat Shurmur's going to go to the sideline and call a timeout because McCoy did not notice the play clock running out, and he just did get the call on the sideline. And a head coach can do that. He can run up and call timeout. We'll take a timeout. I thought that thing was taking a long time, and it was 4th and 4. And that's what it will be when we come back. 24-3, Eagles. 4, and the Browns were up at the line of scrimmage and trying to get the snap off while we were away on commercial. And then they were down at the line too long, so they re-huddled. Down to Dave Chudowski. Sideline report brought to you by Chrysler. Take advantage of the great deals at the summer clearance event. Dave.
Okay, Jim, after no injuries in the first half for the Browns, unfortunately, Marcus Bernard is out for the rest of the game. It's an elbow injury. He was caught up there on that goal line stand earlier in the quarter. He walked off in big-time pain, holding his left arm. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Dave. Tough break for Bernard. 4th down and 4. Here's McCoy. And he's going to roll out again. Now he can run and get it, and he dives forward. And he's up close to the first down and should have it at the 31-yard line.
The straight man coverage across the board.
Let me ask you this. Is nobody open?
I think he predetermined he needed to run there.
Okay, so he created some space.
So they ended up rushing 4 and dropping a few guys off in the middle of the field there. Colt took advantage of it.
And he hands it off on first down, and Adonis Thomas will lose a yard or 2 back to the 32-yard line. 2nd down and 12.
And yes, Jim, Philadelphia is doing a nice job of covering.
They really are. I mean, it doesn't look like there are a lot of people open. Whether he wants to dump it off short or right on the sidelines. And the really big play that he hit was the ball over the middle to Rod Windsor.
We used to tell our young receivers, don't be like Velcro to the defensive back.
Right.
Get some separation somehow, some way.
2nd and 12. Deep drop. McCoy throws the ball, and it bounces in front of Cribbs at the 25-yard line. And it will be 3rd down and 12. That ball either slipped out of his hand or something, because it landed well shy of Cribbs, who was covered.
Again, not much really significantly open down the field. Tight squeeze trying to fit it into Josh Cribbs.
Gosh, Bernie, they have been in 2nd and long and 3rd and long all night long. And they're in another 3rd down and long. Cribbs was blanketed there, and it's 3rd down and 12. From the Philadelphia 32-yard line. Dumps it underneath. Now Thomas is going to have to run to get it, and he might do it as he bounces off a hit, and he got the first down to the 19-yard line. How do you like that kid now?
Wow, he's showing that good quickness and quick feet. Little angle route, trying to clear out the middle of the field.
Right here, he bounces, takes that hit, and ends up with about 7 or 8 extra yards and a first down on a 3rd and 12. Good for him, the Toledo Rocket, Adonis Thomas. 19-yard line of the Eagles. The Browns driving with McCoy at quarterback. Here's what the Browns have done in the red zone tonight. McCoy pumps it, pulls it down. Now throws it, and it's caught. Cribbs got it inside the 10-yard line. They'll put him down at the 6, and it will be 1st and goal.
There's Josh Cribbs, initially covered on a play, sees Colt scrambling. And again, I made a joke about the Velcro. Josh Cribbs, being a veteran, knows how to separate, get that little push off, just to get that 1 or 2 yard separation from the DB.
You know, Bernie, the more you write Cribbs off as a wide receiver and say that he's really just going to be delegated to the outstanding job he does on special teams, then he makes plays like that. You know, he made a smart football play to give his quarterback a target. First and goal, they're at the 6. McCoy runs a draw. Thomas inside the 5. And they'll put him down at the 3-yard line as he gets 3 yards on that run. And it will be second and goal from the Eagle 3.
And that should do it for the quarter.
And that is it here in the third quarter. So at the end of 3, Philadelphia has added to their lead here at Brown Stadium, although the Browns are close now, knocking on the door at the Eagle 3-yard line. But it's the Eagles 24 and the Browns 3 back with the fourth quarter after this timeout. Philadelphia start of the fourth quarter. Tonight's hardest hit of the game is brought to you by Panera Bread. We're expecting this guy to make a lot of big hits. James Michael Johnson, the rookie linebacker from Nevada. Made a big hit there on Bryce Brown down by the goal line, forced a fumble. Unfortunately, the Eagles got on top of that and recovered it. Second down and goal for the Browns now from the Philadelphia 3-yard line. Colt McCoy, 15th play of the drive. He throws into the end zone. Evan Moore in the corner, caught it, touchdown. I'll tell you what, Evan Moore, when he needs to play and make a big play, he always does it.
Yeah, nice play call. When you're typically that far out on the 3-yard line, I wanted to say that's typical play action pass on second down, especially when it's the first snap of goal line personnel that we've seen from the Browns on this drive.
Evan Moore caught the ball, made sure those feet were down, and it's 24-9. Dawson in for the extra point. Hodges to hold. Yount will snap it. And Dawson bangs it through. Only 4 seconds gone in the fourth quarter, and Colt McCoy hooks up with tight end Evan Moore for a touchdown. Philadelphia still leads 24-10. 14:56 left to go in the ball game. Phil Dawson will kick it away after an Evan Moore touchdown on a pass thrown by Colt McCoy. So the Browns get their first touchdown of the night.
Another nice drive in the preseason by Colt.
Bryce Brown is back deep to return. Dawson ready to kick it away. Phil has really improved his kickoffs as he puts that one 9 yards deep. Here's Brown, and James Dockery went shooting through there along with another Browns player, and they come in and make the interruption and the tackle. Good play by Johnson Botamosi. He continues to shine. David Sims helped out on the play too, but the kid from Stanford, Botamosi, has been flying on special teams. We'll be right back. Time to take a look at the play of the game, brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Enjoy all the things you love better. Call Time Warner Cable at 1-800-TW-CABLE. Evan Moore got his feet in. Touchdown on the pass from Colt McCoy. 24-10, Philadelphia in the lead. And the Eagles start after a good play on special teams covering that kickoff by the Browns. The Eagles start at their own 13-yard line. Edwards gives. This is Chris Polk. And the Browns get over on the corner and shut that run down. Polk is a rookie out of the University of Washington. Ronnie Cameron and Keontae Tripp, along with Austin English, are all in on the tackle. He kind of got lost in the shuffle. He was a really productive back at the University of Washington. And he's in a very tight battle now here in Philadelphia to make the team.
Yeah, tough. There's a lot of depth on this Philadelphia team. And when another undrafted rookie like Bryce Brown, who we talked about with Mr. Haslam earlier, has a type of preseason that he's had, it's going to make it tough.
Edwards throws, and the ball caught on the near sideline. Tiptoeing along the sidelines there for the Eagles is Jamel Hamler. And he makes the catch, and he's got a first down out to the 25-yard line.
Just like it's going to be tough playing this soft cover 3 against a veteran quarterback like Trent here. He knows how to steal a little bit and kind of move the change in this environment. with this type of lead here, just trying to get first downs and keep the clock running.
We are a minute in to the fourth quarter. Edwards on first down. Blitz coming from the Browns. Edwards back, lobs it over the middle. That's caught by Jacobson out of BYU, and David Sims is right there, Bernie, right after the catch to rip him down by the hips and bring him down at the 32-yard line.
He is right there to make the tackle, but it's man coverage, and on 1st and 10 to get a 7-yard gain like this at this point in the game and keep the clock moving. That's a positive for Philadelphia, unfortunately.
Wallace at the 32-yard line. 2nd down 3. Chase Ford checks into the game at tight end. Edwards in the shotgun with Polk alongside of him, and they'll give it to him, and he cuts his way up to the 35-yard line and is up near the first down. Austin English out of Oklahoma makes the tackle. He was brought up to the Browns active roster at the end of the year last season. 1st and 10 though, they give the Eagles the first down. Now 2 minutes in to the second quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Trent Edwards. The Eagles only came in here tonight with 2 quarterbacks. Nick Foles started the game and played very well again, and now Edwards in. He throws far sideline, and a diving, stretching catch out there by Elvis Akpla.
Again, Trent Edwards, he sees the blitz coming, knows he has off technique. He just actually doesn't make it too good a throw. That's a fantastic catch.
Bonamosi was over there on the coverage. Akpla on the catch. Wallace out at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Edwards. Hamler makes the catch.
This is where Philadelphia is really strong. Most teams in the league, and the old school teams in particular, typically with a lead like this, use the running game to run the clock out. Philadelphia and the West Coast system, they use this short passing game, taking advantage that the defense is selling out towards the running game and just trying to get them 5, 6, 7, 8-yard gains.
8 yards on that play. Emmanuel Davis on the tackle for the Browns. 2nd down 2. Edwards over the middle. That's incomplete. That's his first miss. He was 9 for 9 until that throw. He's 9 for 10 now for 85 yards.
Nice job of pressure. Makes him throw it earlier than he wants to. There's Brian Schaeferle.
Yeah, Schaefering's been in there a lot since he's got playing time here tonight. 3rd down. The Eagles need 2 to get a first down. Schaefering at his feet forces him to throw it into the Eagle bench. Brian Schaefering has been a force on the pass and playing the run here tonight.
Been talking a lot about the good coverage by the secondary of Philadelphia. Equally, the last 2 snaps, the Browns do a nice job of man-to-man coverage, locking up the Philly receivers.
Edwards over on the sideline for the Eagles. Philadelphia will punt it away. Josh Cooper, the rookie undrafted free agent from Oklahoma State, is back to return for the Browns. Chase Henry is punting. He's trying to hang on to the punting job with the Eagles. McBriar is also battling him to win that job away. Here's Cooper. He's going to let it hit. It hit at the 5 and scoots into the end zone. Good decision. And it will come out to the 20 on a touchback. Browns ball when we come back. We'll see if they can put another touchdown drive together. 11:18 to go in the game. 24-10 Eagles. Ready replay of the night brought to you by PNC Bank, the official bank of the Cleveland Browns. Jaquay Parker coming back and getting his old teammates. The former Eagle gets in there. Bang as he pops on Nick Foles in the first half. Well, we've got a change at quarterback. It is Seneca Wallace in for the Browns. Colt McCoy went 7 for 9, 74 yards and a touchdown. Wallace throws, and it's deflected and intercepted. It was in the direction of Evan Moore, and it is picked off, and the Eagles come up with another turnover as they got a deflection, and Cliff Harris, the safety, comes up off the tip ball.
Surprising. Seneca tries to fit it into double coverage here.
Well, you're right. That is double coverage. Well, Wallace in for one play. And the ball goes over to Philadelphia now, and they get it at the 21-yard line. They have had a lot of short fields to work on. That happened the entire first half. And now again, they start only 21 yards away. Trent Edwards back at a quarterback. Play action fake to Polk. Flag is down, and he throws wide of his receiver down at the 10-yard line. Could be in the direction of holding. The intended receiver was Brian Hernandez. This is the 5th drive tonight.
Holding. Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
The 5th drive of the game, Bernie, that the Eagles have started in Browns territory.
Offensive coordinators and quarterbacks love to start those drives, needless to say, on the plus side of the 50.
Incidentally, just in from Progressive Field. Yankees 3, Indians 1, and the Indians left them loaded in the 9th inning. So they've lost 9 in a row. Here's Edwards. Screen pass. Here's Polk. And Polk buries his head and drives through on Emmanuel Davis inside the 25-yard line down to the 23. So he gets back a chunk of that yardage marked off on the penalty.
Yeah, smart play call by Philadelphia. 1st and 20, basics, soft zone coverage. Good time to sneak a screen in there. Get 8 to 10 yards of that back.
2nd down at 11 as they got 9 on that pass to Polk. Edwards, late pressure, and he finds his tight end. And he gets him down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 14-yard line on the catch there by Chase Ford. He's a Miami Hurricane, I think, isn't he?
Yes, nice job, though, by Trent Edwards. Pressure in his face, stands in there tall, hits Chase Ford coming across on the crossing route.
Now, Chase Ford is known more for his blocking. Ooh, big hit. Pretty good pressure by the Browns, as that was William Green getting in there.
Excellent job of quarterbacking. It's not easy to do, to stand in there like that.
3rd down, they need 3. He'll bootleg it out. He's got a man in his face, and then he throws. And there's Chase Ford, moving pretty nifty for a big tight end down to the 6-yard line. And it will be 1st and goal for Philadelphia at the Browns 6. You know what's amazing here, Bernie, is that I would have thought that the Eagles would be a little leg weary coming into this game. After all, they played Monday night, but they look like very spry and almost a step quicker to the play than the Browns are.
Step quicker and incredibly more physical. This line of scrimmage on both sides has been pretty impressive.
1st and goal now at the Cleveland 6 with 9:08 to go in the game. Fumble. Edwards and Polk could not connect, and then Polk recovered the ball. He got it back out near the 11-yard line.
Looked like that snap came out of terrible.
Came out on
snap.
the ground, yeah. Chris Polk on the spot, took an extra hit there from JoJo Dixon.
And big old centers, sometimes they start sweating, get that water and sweat on the ball on their hands. Slips out of their hands just like it slips out of the quarterback's hands sometimes.
It is 2nd and goal now at the 11-yard line. Edwards to the end zone. Nice play. Emmanuel Davis cut in front of the receiver and knocked the ball away. Good job by Emmanuel Davis. That was great coverage and anticipation, and he just jumped in the nick of time.
Excellent timing on the defense. Not great timing on the throw. Probably want to get this off a good half count, half second earlier. Right as the receiver's popping out of his break.
3rd down and goal from the 11-yard line. Oh, he wasn't expecting the snap to come back. He caught it. Now he rolls out. Now he's got to run because he's over the line of scrimmage, and he goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line. He had a bad snap earlier in this series. Then the ball came back to him, I think, a count too early. Look, he's not expecting it. Bang.
Fortunately, it didn't come back with much sauce on it. He's able to adjust and just get out of bounds.
Alex Henry in for the field goal try. He's missed on one tonight as he drove one wide left. This will be a 28-yard field goal, spotted at the 18, 28 yards away, and the kick on the way, and the kick is up and good. And the Eagles score again. It is now 27-10. That coming off another Browns turnover off that Seneca Wallace interception. 8:04 to go in the game. It's the Eagles 27 and the Browns 10. Time for the Rookie Report, brought to you by Tim Misney. You watch them play, and he'll make them pay. Let's take a look at 3 rookies for the Browns. Josh Gordon, pretty good night, Bernie. 3 receptions, a couple of nice catches. L.J. Fort, busy as usual at the linebacker spot. Adonis Thomas, and his night both rushing and receiving. He hasn't had the chance really to do much on the return game because they've been kicking so deep.
Yeah, we were talking earlier in the week. Josh Gordon, the progress he made from game 1 to game 2, the progress he made in practice this week, and he's transferred it out to the field in preseason game number 3.
End over end coming down 5 yards deep. This is Burt Reed. Reed got tipped over at the 10-yard line, and he leaps forward out to the 15-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10 there. Marty Gilliard down there on special teams for the Eagles.
Our University of Cincinnati guy.
Right, started with the Rams, but kind of lost his chance there, and is now trying to make it with the Eagles. Seneca Wallace back in. His night is just one play, because on his first play, which was their last possession, he threw a ball trying to squeeze it into Evan Moore, and it got tipped around and intercepted. First down, they're at their own 15-yard line. They've had terrible field position all night. Wallace to throw over on the sideline. That's Adonis Thomas, and he's up to the 20-yard line. And see, there's some tackling. They just were both on him, and Thomas brings it out for a 5-yard gain to the 20. 2nd down and 5.
There's definitely going to be some sore football players tonight and tomorrow morning.
Boy, I would think, Purdy, that the Eagles regulars have earned themselves a rest for the 4th game when they play the Jets, because they really played hard and very well here tonight. 2nd and 5. Wallace near side. Josh Cooper's wide open with a whole sideline, and he's out to the 35-yard line, and he got drilled there at the 35. Brandon Hughes comes over there to make the tackle. What a big hit. And then Wade Bonner cleaned it up too. Wallace at the 36. Cooper had the whole field when he caught the ball.
Yeah, arrow slant, kind of a little bit of a pick play.
1st and 10, Browns have it at their own 37-yard line. Wallace throws, juggled, and then dropped. Owen Spencer could not hang on to it out at the 48-yard line. He had traffic around him, but it looked as though he had enough of his hands around that ball to be able to pull it in.
No, he needs to make that catch. When you get minimal snaps and minimal reps, and you're where he is on the depth chart, and the ball hits you in the hands like that, you have to make the catch.
Which makes it 2nd down and 10. Seneca in the shotgun. There's Spencer hoping for another chance. Oh, there's those wide ends again, giving the Browns problems. And Wallace will launch one down the field, intended for Cooper, who came back for the ball, but it's incomplete at the Philadelphia 48-yard line. You can really see those wide ends and the problems that they're giving the Browns tackles.
Yeah, and they're also getting an awesome jump on the snap count. They're getting off almost like they know the snap count.
3rd down and 10. And a busy week for the Eagles. They played Monday night in Foxborough, both road games too, and then had to come to Cleveland for this game tonight. 3rd and 10 for Seneca Wallace. And he's going to roll to the right. He's going to throw. Burt Reed caught it and got bounced away from the 1st down marker. Let's see where his forward progress will be. He needed to get to the 47-yard line, and they're going to mark him a little bit short. They're going to bring him back, as a matter of fact, inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. It will be 4th down, and Spencer Lanning will come in for the Browns, and he will punt. 6:40 and the clock running. Marty Gilliard will be back deep as there's Lanning. Gilliard will return for the Eagles. And he's going to return it at the 10 and back at the 9-yard line. They got him from behind, and Johnson Botamosi was in there again. He's been down on every punt and kickoff, number 37. Timeout at Brown Stadium, 6:20 to go in the game, and the Browns trail the Eagles 27-10. Out of the Browns sideline right now, Dave Chudowski is standing by. His sideline report brought to you by Chrysler. Take advantage of the great deals at the summer clearance event. Dave.
Hey, Jim, Bernie, you guys know what the second half is about in preseason games. Guys want to impress, make the team. Keep an eye on Ronnie Cameron throughout the rest of the preseason, including next week when they take on his former team, the Bears. The Browns got him off waivers, played well against the Packers last week. Pat Shurmur says he's going to play a lot with a chance to make this team. Back to you.
Trent Edwards on first down throws. The ball is caught by McKay Jacobson from BYU.
Again, see Philadelphia using the pass, using the first down pass to kind of keep the chains moving, keep ahead of the down and distance.
Now, do you like that?
Well, if you're good at it,
yeah,
they're
very good at it. Green Bay, very good at it, right? The really good West Coast teams, they use those short passes. It's an extension
of the running
game. Yeah.
And this is bluntly, I think, what we aspire to be. This is almost like playing Big Brother here tonight.
Second down and 3 after a gain of 7 on that pass. Here's Chris Polk. Slams and then gets slammed by Brian Sanford, who got help from William Green and Keontae Tripp on the tackle. Well, when I talked to Pat Shurmur, and you were in the room the other day during our meeting with him before the game, I asked him, what did you take from Philadelphia, all those years in Philadelphia as an assistant coach under Andy Reid, and what did you take when you came here to Cleveland and now you're installing your program? And he said, I brought everything from Philadelphia. If a Philadelphia player walked into Berea right now, he said they would know everything.
And feel comfortable, he said. He added.
Third down and a yard.
See the pressure coming.
Chris Polk. And he cut it through and got the first down to the 25-yard line. Well, that was just a straight run, which started on the outside. He waited to see a little alley, and he got it. And that got him the first down. 1st and 10 out near the Eagle 26-yard line. Well, Bernie, now, a lot of times teams will totally not play their regulars in the 4th and final preseason game. But off of this performance tonight, what do you think Pat Shurmur will do with his regulars, his starters, on Thursday night when the Bears come?
Coach Shurmur talked about passionate, productive, durable players. And I think he wants to get some consistency also within him. Didn't really get that tonight. I look for him to want to play the guys a little bit in the 4th preseason game to get an aura of good feeling about themselves.
Brian Schaefer getting up a little slowly after that tackle. Another one of his good plays on the run by Chris Polk, and he's not up yet. Down on one knee, and the Browns training staff will come over. Now Brian's up, and he's going to run by himself over to the sideline. 3:41 left to go in the game. The Browns broke training camp just a day ago, and so they were all out of the team hotel and able to go home. Pat Shurmur was looking forward to this game because he really thought that they were practicing well coming off the Green Bay game, but things did not go well. Did not go well for Brandon Whedon and the Browns offense. They got bad field position, and then the ultimate mortal sin, they turned the ball over deep in their own territory. That took them right out of the game. Edwards, play action fake. Loads up, caught. The tight end is open over the middle once again. And Brett Brackett, who's had a very nice second half, brings it out to the 40-yard line and a Philadelphia first down.
This is just beautiful play calling and execution by Philadelphia.
So the Eagles keep the clock running. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. There's Brett Brackett out of Penn State. The Eagles are figuring that they'll probably only keep 2 tight ends on their 53-man roster. Selleck would be one, and Clay Harbor appears to be the other guy, although these other players have played very well tonight. Here's Polk, and it's wide open to the 50. Off of a David Sims tackle, and then finally Sims got enough of them to bring him down at the 40.
Look how well coached they are. Polk has a breakaway, knowing that you're in like the run the clock mode. He could have tried to get more yardage. He makes sure he doesn't step out of bounds and cuts it back in there to keep the clock running.
And the Eagles will not run another play, as we'll take it to the 2-minute warning, and that's where we are right now. 2 minutes left.
That's a 2-minute warning.
Here at Brown Stadium. The Eagles 27, the Browns 10 when we come back. All right, back at Brown Stadium. 2 minutes left to go in the game, and the Eagles are just going to take a knee now and run this thing out. The Browns have two timeouts left. Philadelphia has all of their timeouts left. Of course, they wouldn't be looking to use any. They have a 27-10 lead. You know, I'm trying to search for something that was positive here tonight on the Browns side, and it is hard to find something, to be quite honest with you. They didn't play well defensively. They didn't play well offensively. It was a tough night.
Yeah, the physical game was definitely taken to us on each side of the line of scrimmage.
So on September 9th, when these two teams meet again on the opening Sunday of the NFL right here at Brown Stadium, Michael Vick is expected to be back. Hopefully Trent Richardson will be there for the Browns. There was some encouraging news coming on that front that he was maybe a bit ahead of schedule. Tom Heckert told us on the pregame show they do feel comfortable now that he could be ready for opening day against the Eagles, but the Browns, they better be ready. This is a very determined team that underachieved last year in Philadelphia. They finished 8-8. They were streaky, Bernie. They lost 4 in a row. They won 4 in a row at the end of the year, but they were so far out of it that they couldn't come back and grab a playoff spot. And I'll tell you what, they are really hitched up and ready to go this year, and that's going to be the last play that is going to be run. So they will meet on September 9th. This was a weird matchup because you're playing against the team that you're going to open up with in the regular season about 16 days away from the game, the actual game. And Pat Shurmur will go back to the drawing board, and there's one of his great mentors, Andy Reid, saying, I'll see you on Sunday, September 9th.
Well, Foles played a good game in relief for Michael Vick. I think the Mike Holmgren, Coach Shurmur kind of team aspires to be what Andy Reid and the Philadelphia Eagles already are. And I said this statement earlier, and I don't particularly like the cliches, but it's like playing your big brother today.
Yeah.
And our big brother took us out to the woodshed and beat the crap out of us.
Well, I don't think I can add anything to that. We'll be back to wrap it up here at Brown Stadium. I agree with what Bernie just said. That happened here tonight, 27-10 Philly.